Doing his rehab assignment in KP back in the Tri-Cities, where he played in 21 and 22 before making his way toward the end of the year to AA Rocket City and to the Bigs in 23, and an incredible start he had to start this year. Batting cleanup for the Dust Devils is Rio Foster, the left fielder. Again, what a month of August it was for him. He is on base streak now to 11 games in a row. Did not have a hit last night, but he was able to get aboard via free pass. Adrian Placencia is the second baseman. He moves into the fifth spot. He's a switch hitter. He'll be lefty against David Hageman. So too, by the way, will Capri Ortiz, as he is switch hitter, and Anthony School is just a lefty at the top of the order. Batting sixth is right fielder Randy DeJesus. Mitchell Daly is the third baseman. He will bat seventh. We have no word, have not heard anything on the status of Cole Fontenelle, who tried to steal third last night. He was picked off by the starter Ashton Izzy, and then Fontenelle attempting to evade the tag. It seemed like something happened with one of his legs and perhaps a joint around the middle of one of those set of legs. I think we could call it a knee. Don't know if that was what happened, and ultimately do not know Cole's status. He was thankfully able to put a good amount of weight on his leg walking off the field. He did need some assistance, but he was not carried off, and we'll see if that ends up meaning anything for the rest of the year. We just hope the best for Cole regardless. Peter Burns, the left-handed and catcher, will bat eighth as Juan Flores gets a night off tonight, and batting ninth is first baseman Colin Summerhill with the right-hander Chris Cortez on the mound for the Dust Devils. And those are the starting nines for both sides. Of course, the Dust Devils managed by Dan Billardello in his first year at the helm of the club, and talking with him last night, sounded like he was interested in returning for a second year at the helm of the Dust Devils. Having a look at the affiliates tonight, Rocket City and Knoxville just getting underway in Knoxville. About a 2-hour rain delay there as they were scheduled for, I believe, 7:05 Central Time, 5:05 out here this way, and they are, again, just getting going with Rocket City and Knoxville. Again, scoreless, starting things out. Top of the second, Salt Lake leading El Paso 2-0. So the Bees getting a pair of runs in their first at bat. Any items of note there? Chad Stevens, Dust Devil alum, with a 2-run homer, his 18th homer of the year, sending one out at the ballpark at America First Square. So Stevens on the board, the Gig Harbor native, who was Northwest League Player of the Month here last July, making a meteoric rise through the org after topping out at AA as a member of the Houston Astros organization. So those are the two games that are going. It'll be right alongside us, or pretty well close anyway. Lake Elsinore and Inland Empire. Right-hander Ubaldo Soto getting the start for Inland Empire. He was the California League Pitcher of the Week last week. So that'll be a 6:35 start, so we'll keep you up to date on the goings-on around the Angels system. The parent club taking on the Kansas City Royals at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. And right now, the Angels lead the Royals by a score of 3-2 in the top of the seventh. So the Angels trying to grab a second victory as they won last night's game by a final score of 5-1. So they're looking to try to grab the series and then go for the sweep, as they had not played the Royals and the Angels until this 3-game set. They'll play 3 more toward the end of the year for the 6 games the two sides play here in 2025. So again, 3-2, the Angels leading at the stretch at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. Or actually, beg your pardon, just going to the top of the seventh, not quite yet to the stretch. The coaches are at home plate, meeting with tonight's umpires. Emmanuel Perez is the home plate umpire calling balls and strikes. It'll be Dominic Romero on the bases. Manager Mark Reed bringing out the card for Hillsboro, and bench coach Trevor Knipe doing the honors for Tri-City. And Knipe taking on a bit more of the managerial duties here in the last few weeks. Getting some experience for a young manager. That's sought by Dan Billardello, who's still coaching first base and heavily involved in things, making sure that the lineup is properly tuned and things like that. But Knipe doing a bit more of the work, perhaps on the bases as well. Mentioned it is cloudy and overcast. It is warm. There is just a touch of blue in the sky above us, a lot more white. We do have some wildfire smoke and haze, though the air good enough for us to play. Really, we weren't in any danger of that tonight. And down the left and right field lines here at Kisa Stadium, 320 feet as of this year. 8-foot padded Major League approved walls all the way out to center, where it is still 400 feet. And there's a tiny sliver of the old fence a rectangle still in play above the padded wall at 400 feet. Everything else, if you hit the old wall, it is a home run, and we've seen quite a few more home runs at this ballpark this year than last, though we did not see a homer from either side in the opening game of this series. Will that change tonight? Well, we're about to find out. For the Dust Devils, Chris Cortez looking to get back on the horse for one more good outing. It was a rough go for him in Spokane his last time out, as he went just 3 2/3 innings. He gave up 6 runs and only 3 hits. He walked 7 and hit a batter, struck out 4. So things were just topsy-turvy for Cortez in that start. He will look to change that up one more time here and put his 4th win on the board. As mentioned, 2 of the wins that he has of his 3 are against Hillsboro. So can he make it 3 of 4? Again, a thing we will find out tonight here in a matter of moments. Can the Dust Devil offense get to starter David Hageman tonight? That's certainly a priority as well. They tried to get to Ashton Izzy last night. They were unsuccessful. He went 6 brilliant innings and got the win, getting his first win against the Dust Devils in 2025. The Dust Devils are taking the field. It's time for us to take a break. As they go now, when we come back, first pitch and all the action live here from Geisa Stadium. The Dust Devils, the Hops, game 2 of 6 upcoming. The Dust Devils pregame show is over. Tri-City Dust Devils baseball on this Wednesday night is coming up next. All set to go for Tri-City Dust Devils baseball. We welcome you into Geisa Stadium live on a Wednesday night in the Columbia Basin. Doug Taylor with you here at DustDevilsBaseball.com, the MILB app, and Valley Sports Live as Tri-City hosts the Hillsboro Hops in Game 2 of a 6-game series. Center fielder Drew Jones, shortstop Christopher Tureen, and second baseman Hansel Luis will take on right-hander Chris Cortez as the first three out the chute last tonight for Mark Reed's team. Hillsboro in navy blue, light blue, and white. Their jersey and gray road pants. Tri-City in the home white, navy, and gold. And, of course, if you're with us on Valley Sports Live and MILB TV, you're seeing that. The outfield for the Dust Devils, Rio Foster. In left, Anthony School in center, Randy DeJesus in right. Pretty traditional approach. In fact, I believe that was the starting outfield opening night back on April 4th. Drew Jones, the righty. First pitch home from Chris Cortez. A fastball taken for a strike, 0-1. The infield for the Dust Devils, Mitchell Daly at third base, Capri Ortiz the shortstop, Adrian Placencia the second baseman, and Colin Summerhill at first with Peter Burns catching. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Another heater by. Cortez comes into the night 3-8 with a 4.22 ERA. Comes off a loss against Spokane. He's been good against this Hops team, though, 2-1 in 6 outings. The 0-2 low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 31 2/3 innings against Hillsboro, a 2.27 ERA. The infield tilting slightly to pull against Drew Jones. The 1-2 inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Drew Jones coming into the night, hitting .258, 5 homers, 55 RBI on the year. Drove in a couple last night, 24 doubles and 5 triples. And the 2-2. Check swing and a slider. Did he offer? Yes, he did, says ace umpire Dominic Romero. And Jones is a strikeout victim. 1 out in the top of the first inning. Crowd still finding their way in on this warm Wednesday. Here in not only the Columbia Basin, but also the Mid-Columbia, it's known. And shortstop Christopher Tureen also crowding the inside edge of the box. First pitch from Chris Cortez. It's low. 1 ball and no strikes. The Hops trying to take away as much of the strike zone as they can against Chris Cortez, a man who has had issues with control at times this year. The 1-0. That's low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Cortez mentioned the 3-8 record, a 4.22 ERA. This is his 26th and final scheduled appearance for the Dust Devils this year. 113 innings thrown. That's the most of any pitcher on the club. The 2-0. That cutter just outside. 3 balls and no strikes. As Cortez coming into the night was right on the money. 113 innings of work, 113 strikeouts. The average, a strikeout an inning on the nose. The 3-0. That's down the middle, taken for strike 1. Emmanuel Perez is the home plate umpire this evening. Some of the umpiring crews getting shuffled around in the last week of the season. The 3-1, that is inside, ball 4. So Christopher Tureen draws a 1-out walk. And he makes his way down to first. So 1 out. Hillsboro with a runner at first. And Hansel Luis, the second baseman, will come up. He was last night's King Beverage beer banner, did not cooperate in the least. Ended up with 4 hits in 5 tries, and the only time he didn't get on, it was a long fly ball in foul territory. First pitch from Cortez to the switch hitter on the left-hand side is low, 1 ball and no strikes. Luis in 96 games, the best hitter in the Hops by average, .306. Also, second in RBIs with 62. The 1-0. And is low, 2 balls and no strikes. There is slightly more breeze than there was last night, and that's a low bar to clear because there really was none at all. And we could feel just a little bit of movement in the wind. You can see it at the American flag at the top of the flagpole out in left center. The 2-0. And off speed it in there. Strike 1. So Luis a heavy hitter last night. Christopher Tureen over at first in a 3-hit night. Hillsboro had 17 hits in last night's 9-2 win. Pickoff throw over to first, back in there safely is Christopher Tureen. That was close. But he is back safely. 15 steals on the year. He's been caught 7 times. Cortez working the first base side of the rubber. The righty from Las Vegas set. The 2-1. Fastball, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Left fielder Junior Franco waiting for the Hops, and they have had an interesting year. It has been a bit topsy-turvy for this club. They led the first half, the majority of it, the 2-2. It's low. Count full of 3 balls and 2 strikes. And then faltered in the late stages of that first half. Both Everett and Vancouver surged. First Vancouver and Everett kind of alongside him and a little bit forgotten until they caught the Canadians and beat them in the tiebreaker. Runner goes. The 3-2 is low, ball 4. So back-to-back walks for Chris Cortez. And 2 on with 1 out here in the top of the first. That'll bring Junior Franco to the plate. That brings the walk total now for Christopher Cortez to 83 on the season. Throwing 5 hit batters. That's 88 free passes. And that'll be too many for any year. First pitch from Cortez to Franco, misses low and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Chris obviously aware of that, trying to be more accurate at the plate, more in control. As he checks the runner, Tureen at second. The 1-0 to Franco. That fastball down the middle for strike 1. Franco, parts of 3 seasons for Hillsboro. The 1-1. Fastball outside, make it 2 balls and a strike. Listed at 5'8", 195 out of Bonnie in the Dominican Republic. He has been a major contact man for Hillsboro as well, hitting .299 in 71 games. The 2-1. That fastball low, ball 3. And now Cortez in danger of loading the bases here with 1 out in the top of the first. Modefi Marte, first baseman, waiting in the wings. The 3-1. That's low and inside, ball 4. A 3rd consecutive walk. And the bases are loaded with 1 out here in the first. And with that, Peter Burns to the mound. Pitching coach Doug Henry is going to come out as well. This has been, unfortunately, for Cortez, an all too familiar refrain. Stuff with incredible movement. He's an incredibly talented right-handed pitcher. 2nd round draft pick of the Angels out of Texas A&M. He has had moments where he's just dug himself some holes, and sometimes he's been able to find out of it. He's also defended his position very, very well this year. So there's been a lot of good for Cortez. But fighting through the same things here as we get toward the end of the year. And it's a long season. Cortez, I don't believe, has thrown this many innings in a season. So he's certainly shown some durability in that department. As Modefi Marte, the first baseman, stands in. 0-0. Dust Devils and Hops. The base is loaded, 1 out top of the first. First pitch to Marte. He sends in a slider to Cortez, and it's in there for strike 1. Marte out of the 7th spot last night. 3 hits, 2 doubles, 3 runs driven in. The 0-1. Marte takes, that time a slider low, a ball and a strike. Christopher Tureen at 3rd, Ansel Luis at 2nd, Junior Franco at 1st. It's pretty good speed all around here. The 1-1. Fastball low. 2 balls and a strike. In fact, all the men on base right now have at least 10 stolen bases this year. So anything in a gap down the line, it could score all 3. The 2-1. Marte, a soft liner, caught by Placencia, throw to first, safe. Just back in time was Junior Franco at first. The Dust Devils almost got a double play to get out of the inning. They will take the jam shot liner gladly, though. L4. And 2 outs now in the first, and Chris Cortez has a shot to get out of this unscathed. Right fielder Anderson Rojas stands in on the left-hand side. Again, Tri-City and Hillsboro, no score, bases loaded, now 2 outs, top of the first. First pitch to Rojas. Slider, and it's there, 0-1. Rojas in the 8th spot. He was the only hop without a hit last night. Went 0 for 4 with a walk, the 0-1. Rojas on the ground to short. Ortiz will set, throw to first, close play, they're safe. Beating it down the line is Rojas, and it's 1-0 Hillsboro. Capri Ortiz, I think, got in between there, taking it to second, getting the sure out at first, and in that time, the speedy Rojas beats it down the line. So the bases remain loaded. Tureen comes in to score, and the Hops lead 1-0. So an infield hit for Rojas, and an RBI for him. And here now is Ruben Santana, the designated hitter. First pitch to him, a fastball for a strike, 0-1. For Rojas, by the way, that RBI number 37 on the year. Santana in the right-hand box, the 0-1. Low and outside, good pick by Peter Burns. Count even at a ball and a strike. Santana listed at 6 foot, 190 pounds. From the Dominican Republic. Has been with the team for about a month after the last series between these two in late July. The 1-1. Slider, and it whips in for strike 2. That was a nasty pitch from Chris Cortez. That one snapped down into the zone. Santana calling time. 2 balls and a strike. 17 games for Santana. He's hit 140. No homers, 6 RBI. Does have 3 doubles. Okay, Cortez can now limit the damage here. The next delivery, that's low and outside. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Santana, the 7th man of the plate in the inning, and action will start in the Tri-City bullpen as the pitch count has risen for Cortez. Number 32 coming up, here it is. The 2-2 hit sharply on the ground is short. Ortiz a bobble, throw to second, not in time. Scoring from third is Luis. It is 2-0 Hillsboro. Moving up to third is Franco. Rojas to second. As that ends up a fielder's choice, would have to think no out. And it is an RBI for Santana. That is 7th. Here's Adrian Daly, the catcher. First pitch from Cortez. That fastball just inside. Maybe a touch low, 1-0. I think you could argue either play here to, and the last 2 batters probably should have been the 3rd out of the inning. And it has not happened. In fact, there is an error on the board now, the 1-0. Fastball taken for a strike, 1-1. So Capri Ortiz getting charged with an E6 there. So he did have a bobble on that play. That'll take the RBI away, the 1-1. That inside, and it hit Delio. Base is still loaded, so he's going to pick up an RBI. And it's 3-0 Hops. So all 3 walks have come in to score. And Dan Billardello is out of the dugout. Absolutely in every way, not the way that Chris Cortez wanted this outing to go, but he's now thrown 35 pitches, and you got to protect that arm. So Cortez is going to come out, and Sandy Gaston will get the call here in the top of the first inning. With the bases still loaded and 2 outs in the score, Hillsboro 3, Tri-City nothing. We're back shortly here on DustDevilsBaseball.com and the MILB app. Hillsboro 3, Tri-City nothing. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the first inning, and Sandy Gaston takes over for the Dust Devils, and he'll be asked to throw absolutely as many pitches as that right arm can safely deliver. As Chris Cortez, unfortunately, going just 2/3 of an inning tonight. He ends up giving up 1 hit. As things stand, it says currently he has 3 earned runs, but that is not so. Of the runs, it'll only end up being 1 earned run for Cortez, regardless of what happens. If the 3 others on the bases score, because there were 2 outs when an error occurred, none of those will be charged to Cortez, even though they're his on the bases. The 9-man, Adrian Hernandez up. First pitch to the third baseman. Gaston in with a strike. Adrian Rodriguez, beg your pardon, 0-1. 8th round 2022 pick from Puerto Rico, and it is Rodriguez, with my apologies. 21-year-old, 6-foot righty at the plate. The 0-1 on the outside corner, 0-2. Rodriguez, 7 games for the Hops, 154 average. He's not driven in a run. In fact, has 2 hits, both singles. That's a big opportunity here, though. Gaston, meanwhile, trying to cut that off and leave it as a 9-man first inning. The 0-2. At low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chris Cortez ends up throwing 35 pitches, only 15 strikes. And I think you'd have to say he really should have been out of this inning not once but twice, and for whatever reason it did not happen. Gaston is set. And the 1-2. Slider low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sandy Gaston coming into this outing. 5-1, a 4.55 ERA. This is outing number 38. You may think that ERA a touch high, but he's really been one of the more reliable options out of the pen. The rougher outings he's had, he's kind of condensed the run giving up into those. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Gaston gets the strikeout and ends the inning. 3 runs for Hillsboro in the first. It could have surely been much worse. 3 runs on just 1 hit. An error. 3 are left. And we are underway here at Geisa Stadium with the score, and long way to go. Hillsboro Hops 3, the Tri-City Dust Devils coming up. Heading to the bottom of the first inning, Hillsboro 3, Tri-City coming up, and the Dust Devils will look to answer the Hops 3 runs with at least 1 or more of their own. We've seen them do it time and time again this year, and Dan Billardello's team asked to do it again tonight. Center fielder Anthony School, shortstop Capri Ortiz, and designated hitter Kyron Paris on rehab assignment will be the first 3 for the Dust Devils, taking on right-hander David Hageman of the Hillsboro Hops. Pretty new to the org. First pitch from the righty. Fastball outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Hageman listed at 6'4", 215 pounds, out of Egg Harbor City, New Jersey. I gotta say, I have never been to Egg Harbor City. The 1-0. School high in the air, deep to right. track, wall, gone. Well, there's an answer, or part of one right there, as Anthony School continues an amazing second half by going yard to lead things off tonight. Just like that. It's Hillsboro 3, Tri-City 1 here in the bottom of the first, as Anthony School goes deep for the 12th time this year, RBI number 44. And a third of the deficit cut down straight away. Public address, announcer Patrick Harvey, school night. That is the ad-lib of the year right there. Tri-City on the board, Capri Ortiz coming up. David Hageman, 4th round 2024 pick of the Texas Rangers out of West Virginia University, was a teammate there of former Dust Devil Landon Wallace. He gets hit for a homer there as Capri Ortiz is swinging a miss for strike one. It was Ortiz who had 2 balls hit to him in the top of the first inning. One of them ended up an error. The other one looked like he tried to go to second. The 0-1, swinging a miss, strike 2. One of those situations where Capri ends up a little late to first, but perhaps could there have been a force at second, and the other half didn't quite get there for whatever reason. Defense being asked to sharpen up. It is a long season, but you got to sprint through the line. Cannot coast. And it's still very much in reach this game. The 0-2, low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Hillsboro outfield, Junior Franco in left field, Drew Jones in center. And in right field tonight is Anderson Rojas. He had the view of the school homer to right. The infield in a moment. The 1-2. Check swing and a breaking ball. Did he offer? No, says the base umpire Dominic Romero. And Ortiz, in fact, was hit by it and hit him on the left foot. So he didn't go, and as a result, he's hit by the pitch. So a check swing. It ends up hitting him on the left foot. A homer and a hit batter to start off. And just like that, Kyron Paris comes up as the potential tying run early on in the bottom of this first inning. 3-1, Hillsboro leading. We do have the stats on Anthony School's homer as well. First pitch to Paris. That's it high in the air, deep to left. I think it's going to stay in the ballpark, though. Junior Franco coming in on it now. And the left fielder makes the catch for the first out of the bottom of this first inning. KP just getting a little under that one. And the 2021 and 2022 Tri-City alum on rehab assignment from AAA Salt Lake. So the plan to get him a few days of action here, and once he's ready to go and healthy, back to the Bees, who are home this week against El Paso. 1 out of the first, again 3-1. The Hops leading, and Rio Foster up. First pitch. And slider in, strike 1. Rio's 10-game hitting streak coming to an end last night, but he did reach base. Walking twice, he went 0 for 2, so the on-base streak now to 11 games in a row. Ortiz, meanwhile, the team's best base stealer over at first. The 0-1, a fastball, outer half, 0-2. And look at the line scores very early on in this one. It's all sorts of odd. 3 runs, a hit, no errors for Hillsboro. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error for Tri-City. Pickoff throw. Ortiz was leaning. Safe. He just got back. That was close. So he moved towards second, then shifted back and just reached in before the tag applied. So Ortiz will retake his lead as Hageman has a look over at him. The 0-2, Ortiz goes. Foster clubs one to left center. Bronco going back, so too is Jones. It's at the base of the fence. Ortiz off to the races. He's going to score easily, and Rio Foster pulls in with an RBI double. It's 3-2. And Rio Foster back to his slugging ways. 2 runs on the board for the Dust Devils for Rio Foster. Double number 17, RBI number 39. And we have seen this time and time again from this team this year, where You know, they have a rough inning, and they just seem to bounce right back from it. A short memory. And Adrian Placencia will come to the plate. 3-2 Hillsboro leading, but Rio Foster, the potential tying run, out at second with 1 out. First pitch to Plossi. Takes an off-speed delivery in for strike 1. For Anthony School, and thanks as always and all year to Michael Portella, our game planning strategist, for getting the info. 103 the exit velocity for Anthony School's home run. 392 feet out to right, the 0-1. Placencia swings and misses. Pitch in the dirt as it dropped. 0-2. The 392 and where that was means it went over the old fence. Certainly had the distance to do so. Mentioned Placencia, the team leader in runs driven in, 61 RBI coming into the night, 16 homers. He's tied for, or I should say, in second by his lonesome. Randy DeJesus, the man on deck, leading with 17. The 0-2. Placencia able to stop the bat in time, and a pitch missing a little outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Foster a decent lead at second. Christopher Terene has not really made any move behind. Sagaman has a check, the 1-2. Slider in there, strike 3. Caught the top of the zone, no complaint from Placencia. Nice pitch from Agaman. 2 outs here in the first. So it'll be up to DeJesus to try to put at least a 3rd run on the board here in the first. A combined 5 between the teams in this first frame. Hops 3, Dust Devils 2. Rio Foster via his RBI double at second now with 2 outs. Hageman checks him. Close stance in the stretch. The pitch. DeJesus swings and misses, and a fastball into the hands. 0-1. Game number 115 for DeJesus. He's second on the team behind Adrian Placencia. He's playing in game number 117 tonight for the Dust Devils. The 0-1. A breaking ball well outside, a ball and a strike. It's game 128 for both teams, so in the case of Placencia, that's 11 missed or off days. DeJesus 13. But durable and reliable players, the 1-1. Inside, and that caught DeJesus on the left side. The left ab. I don't think that's absolutely precise, but that one catching him on the left side. Second hit batter of the inning by David Hageman. And I think it's fair to say that both starters tonight have had their struggles this evening. Chris Cortez did not make it out of the first inning, but he's a runaway from ultimately receiving a no decision. Looking to shake that off is Tyler Mark, the pitching coach of the Hillsboro Hops, coming out to David Hageman in the infield just to try to chat this one through. Hillsboro sent all 9 to the plate in the first inning. Tri-City will get at least 7 to the plate with Mitchell Daly, the 3rd baseman, stepping in. As Mark's conversation done, he has had a lot of work to do this year, has Mark. We've seen him a good amount making the trip from the dugout to the mound. And this Hillsboro team has had some very talented pitchers, especially in its rotation. They've had some tough injuries. Daniel Egan, who was absolutely incredible for the Hops, he now Double-A Amarillo, earning promotion a few weeks back. Back to action here. First and second, 2 outs. 3-2 Hillsboro in the first. First pitch to Mitchell Daly. Hit on the ground up the middle. Christopher Terene has it. He'll flip it to Hansel Luis at second. And the 6-4 force out will end the inning here in the first. But the Dust Devils do respond. They end up getting 2 runs to the Dust Devils on 2 hits. No errors. And in the end, 2 men are left. An interesting first inning. We go to the second. The score, Hops 3, Dust Devils 2. This is Tri-City Dust Devils baseball. To the second inning. The Hillsboro Hops 3, the Tri-City Dust Devils 2. And Sandy Gaston, who picked up the final out of the first inning, will take on the second. The Hops picking up 3 runs on 1 hit in the first. Tri-City 2 runs on 2 hits in their side of the first. Gaston now in long relief. So he takes on Drew Jones, the leadoff man. First pitch, low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Jones struck out to start things off in the first inning. So Chris Cortez got off to that fine start, and then things went awry. The 1-0 fouled away on the first base side, 1-1. I don't want to belabor that either. Again, that happens to every starting pitcher. Even the best will have a day where they don't get out of the first inning. Just got to shake it off and try to move on. Stone, meanwhile, has had some longer outings this year. As the lights on, the 1-1. And fastball high, 2 balls and a strike. Jones, Christopher Tureen, Hansel Luis, the 3 scheduled. The 2-1. Jones socks a liner, just left to center. That gets out quickly to Anthony School. He had a slight bobble. Jones going for second. The throw there in time. The tag safe. As Jones just able to get around the tag of Adrian Placencia. And so he is into second with a double, and we will see if that is scored double or single in error. Either way, there is a hit involved. And Jones is at second to start off the second inning. That'll bring Christopher Tureen, the shortstop, in. He walked and scored as part of the 3-run first. Gaston checking Jones. First pitch. Taken low, 1 ball and no strikes. Looks as though it is going to be given, well, I'm going to wait on it actually, as a straight double. And it has not popped up yet. Pickoff throw back to second. Back safely. It's Drew Jones. It is given as a double. Yeah, because you have a couple things to factor in that consideration. The 0-1. Terrain pop up behind third. Mitchell Daly and Capri Ortiz going out. Ortiz in foul ground will make the catch. Round number 1, and Jones will hold. So the first out of the second is recorded. 3-2, Hillsboro leading, looking to add to that 1-run edge. Hansel Luis, the second baseman. He walked in the first inning. It was Tureen, Luis, and Franco who all drew walks in that first. First pitch. Luis, fly ball, left center, hit well. Going back, Anthony School, and just shy of the warning track, he makes the catch. Tagging from second is Drew Jones. He'll get to third without issue. Ian standing. But now 2 outs in the second. That one was hit plenty deep to left center. School tracking it down. Here's Junior Franco, the left fielder. Hops 3, Dust Devils 2. Jones at third with 2 out. And same situation with fewer runners on. Showing up here for Sandy Gaston. A chance to get out of the inning and post a 0. First pitch to Franco. Taken for a strike, 0-1. Chris Cortez had that in the first inning, though the bases were loaded. And it just was not to be. The 0-1. Franco, a little shot down the left field line. Rio Foster running over, diving and foul ground. He makes a great catch, and the inning is over. Would have been a foul ball, so there would be no advancing or scoring, but Foster with a great defensive play, ending the inning and holding the Hops off the board. No runs for Hillsboro in the second on a hit. No errors and a man left, and we make our way to the bottom of the second. The score still Hillsboro 3, Tri-City 2, and this still, though we're early on, Dust Devils baseball. Moving to the bottom of the second inning here in Pasco, Kennewick, and Richland with the score Hillsboro 3, Tri-City 2. Catcher Peter Burns will be the leadoff man for the Dust Devils here in the second. First baseman Colin Summerhill and center fielder Anthony School will follow. In the park, certainly enjoying Rio Foster's great diving catch and foul ground to end the top of the second inning. As the first pitch from David Hageman, Peter Burns squared to bunt, laid it down third base side, ends up foul. No balls and a strike. Burns coming into the night hitting .232 in 37 games, a homer and 9 RBI. The homer came way back in April. Team's first road trip of 2025. Burns has hit the ball quite well of late for Tri-City. The 0-1. That's low. A ball and a strike. Had to step in during the road trip. Juan Flores taking a knock. A pitch on a Thursday night. He took over in that series and then caught the rest of the weekend. The 1-1. It's high, 2 balls and a strike. Burns on the last road trip, .346 is average. Hit 9 for 26, couple RBI, couple of walks. Did his job. And those RBIs came in big moments too. The 2-1. Burns pops it foul to the third base side of home plate, 2-2. You look at that catching group, really these two in particular, Juan Flores and Peter Burns. You have the precocious and gifted Juan Flores, still just 19 years old, coming on strong at the plate here to end the year. The 2-2. Burns takes it low on outside. 3-2. And then you have really this veteran presence of Peter Burns. Peter will be 26 next month. But a man who caught at Boston College, was the heart and soul of that program. The 3-2. Fastball, high ball 4. And has just been a disciplined, steady contributor to the Dust Devils this year. And it's showing up more and more in the stats as he makes his way down to first to lead off the second. That'll bring Colin Summerhill in. The leadoff man on here in the second. 3-2. Hillsboro leading by a run. Summerhill a double in the 8th inning last night. Part of that 2-run rally. First pitch, fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes. David Hageman's now thrown 26 pitches, 14 strikes. The 1-0 inside, 2-0. First time for Hageman at Geisa Stadium, at least as far as we're aware. And grew up in New Jersey, played collegiately at West Virginia. Not a lot of occasion to come play in Pasco. The 2-0. Check swing on a slider, unable to hold up with Summerhill there. Emmanuel Perez, the home plate umpire, ringing him up. 2-1. As Hageman sent in the stretch glove at the belt, the pitch. That's high and inside. 3 balls and a strike. Not sure if I ever got the Hillsboro infield to you. Adrian Rodriguez is the third baseman. Christopher Tureen at shortstop. The second baseman is Ansel Luis and Modefi Marte at first, with Adrian Delio behind no plate catching. We had gotten you the outfield, the pitch. Summerhill pops it foul, first base side. That'll end up foul out of play. Into the seats, first row or so. Rattling around one of the staircases up to the upper level. And one of the section leaders on the chase. She's got the ball. Now a young fan has it. Full count here to Colin Summerhill. Call time. And woohoo, Jimmy Butcher has officially announced his presence tonight at the ballpark. Hageman ready. Holding. And the 3-2. Summerhill jammed on a fly ball out in the left. Junior Franco running in. Drew Jones coming as well. It is Franco who makes the catch for the first out, and holding it first is Burns. Ended up in shallow left center. A long way to run. 1 out here in the second. 3-2. Hillsboro leading. Peter Burns at first, and Anthony School coming up. First time he came up, he went deep over both fences in right and out for his 12th home run of the season. RBI number 44. First pitch. School takes hits. Low. Did he offer? No, says Dominic Romero. 1 ball and no strikes. These teams came into the night. 29-32 in the second half, Tri-City. 25-36 Hillsboro. The team's a game apart in the overall standings. The 1-0. Fastball down the middle. Ball and a strike. Tri-City coming into tonight 59-68. Hillsboro 58-69. The record of note, the win total for the Dust Devils, because a win this week, a win tonight, would give Tri-City its highest win total in a season in the full season Northwest League setup. The 1-1. Foul tip at the plate, 1-2. So look at the standings. 2021, Tri-City in the High A West ended up finishing 43-68. A rougher year. 22 though. Win total came up, the 1-2. School able to get a piece. Foul it away. Tri-City was 58-71 in 2022. Had 3 games taken out due to rain. 2023, Tri-City 58-72. It was 2 games lost to weather that year. Dust Devils were 53-78 last year. The 1-2. School fouls it away. So the Dust Devils had lost a game, at least 1 game every year. Canceled due to weather or smoke. As there was wildfire smoke from a fire near Spokane in 2023 that cost the team 2 games. But barring issues here the rest of the week, we're going to get in all 132 this year. 1-2. School takes a fastball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Tri-City at 59-68 is sitting in 3rd by its lonesome. But Everett, Hillsboro, and Spokane are all at 58 wins overall. Pickoff throw over to first, back safely. It's Peter Burns. Burns has a stolen base. He's been caught twice. An unlikely candidate to steal, but if you don't watch him, he might try to get a jump on you. The 2-2. School, pop up. Now fly ball in the shallow left. Franco running in again, and it is Franco who will make the catch shallowly down the left field line for the second out. Burns remains at first with now 2 outs here in the second. Ortiz will make his way to the plate. Ortiz hit by a pitch in the bottom of the first inning. He'd come in to score on Rio Foster's double to the gap in left center. The Hops 3, Dust Devils 2. Burns at first with 2 outs. Bottom of the second. First pitch to Ortiz. Capri takes a fastball. That's there 1-1. The Horsehaven Hills are back there, but they are shrouded in a bit of haze. We do have some wildfire smoke in the area. The air quality not the best, but not in any way dangerous. Pickoff throw over to first. A little low that time. Tag applied to Burns. He back in again. These teams, again, just trying to play for a little better mark overall. Go into the offseason with momentum, which doesn't really carry over to 2026, but you just want to finish on a winning note. 0-1. Ortiz, a bunt attempt, foul. To the backside of the home plate circle, toward the third base side of it. 0-2. Capri, again, trying to catch folks napping. Kind of casually walking into a bunt down the third base line. If he'd gotten it where he wanted to, probably would have had a hit pretty easily. He's done that multiple times this year. 0-2 the count, and Hageman fires. Fastball hit in the air to left center and well. Going over to it, though, Drew Jones to his right, and he'll make the catch in the left center gap. That ends the inning. So the Dust Devils get a leadoff walk, but 3 flyouts to the outfield later. The inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, a man left. Through 2. The score, Hillsboro 3, Tri-City 2. This is Dust Devils baseball. Glad you're here for it. To the third inning here at Geesis Stadium. The score, the Hillsboro Hops 3, the Tri-City Dust Devils 2. Doug Taylor joining you again for Dust Devils Baseball here in the MILB Zone of Valley Sports Live, DustDevilsBaseball.com, and the MILB app. Sandy Gastone continuing in relief, taking on first baseman of Hillsboro, Modafi Marte. First pitch, righty on righty, a swing and a miss. 0-1. Both teams with all their runs in the first inning. Hillsboro getting 3 on the top side, Tri-City 2 on the bottom. Anthony School, a home run for the Dust Devils. 0-1. Pulling the ground sharply to short, Capri Ortiz has it. Sets and throws in time, 1 out. DJ Brad Prescott giving us a little cult of personality there. So 1 out in the third, and Anderson Rojas, the right fielder, stands in. First pitch, fastball for a strike, 0-1. Rojas is tonight's King Beverage beer banner, and at least one fan notified Rojas that he could use a discounted brew. Just for fans 21 and up. Sorry, kids, the 0-1. Grounder pulled on 2 outs to second. Adrian Placencia has it, throws in time, 2 outs. So, full price beer still, but 2 outs in the third. That's an acceptable trade. And that will bring Ruben Santana, the designated hitter, up. 5 in a row retired by Sandy Gastone. First pitch, fastball taken high, 1-0. We're in third inning. We like to give you a Northwest League update when we can. Game 1 of the doubleheader in Eugene going to the Emeralds, 4-1. Game 2 will start not terribly long. The 1-0 here, fastball for a strike, 1-1. Meanwhile, up at Rogers Field and at Bailey Stadium in Vancouver, the Canadians leading the Aqua Sox 2-0, bottom of the first there. They had a 7:05 start, so just underway a bit. The 1-1. Santana takes it low, it seemed. 2 balls and a strike. Infield tilting to play Santana to pull. He reached on a fielding error by shortstop Capri Ortiz in the first. The 2-1, a fastball high, ball 3. Santana reaches. Catcher Adrian DeLeon waiting behind. The 3-1. On the outside corner. And the count pull 3-2. Santana had been a Visalia since opening day of last year. 86 games in 2025 with the Rawhide. 8 homers, 50 RBI, an average of 228. Now here for the hops, the payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Elevated fastball from Sandy Gaston. He picks up his second strikeout, and it's now 6 in a row retired. The hops done in order in the third. Zeros down the book column. We go bottom 3. The score: Hops 3, Dust Devils 2. This is Dust Devils baseball. Moving to the bottom of the third. 3-2. Hillsboro leading by a run. Kyron Paris, the designated hitter, will lead things off for the Dust Devils. And a high, and deep fly ball that was caught in left field his first time up. First pitch from David Hageman. Catches and tumbles into the top of the zone for strike 1. It'll be Paris followed by Rio Foster, the left fielder, and second baseman Adrian Placencia. The heart of Dan Billardello's order tonight. The 0-1. Slider missing just inside. Count even at a ball and a strike. Open stance in the right-hand box. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Missing the off-speed pitch there. Paris has changed his address and setup at the plate since he was here as a Dust Devil. Had a good amount of power to the opposite field when he was here as a minor leaguer. The 1-2. Breaking ball pulled foul. Third base side. This new stance that he's working with now has allowed him to open up a bit more and have more pull power, and that was on full display really at the start of the year. It was an epic start to 2025 for Kyron Paris. The 1-2. Inside, and that caught him on the right arm. And so Paris going to start walking down the first base line. Manager Dan Billardello will meet him. So too athletic trainer Chase Galloway. So it looked like he took it off the inside of the right wrist or maybe right forearm. I'm sure it wasn't pleasant, but he doesn't look to be affected. In fact, I don't even think that Chase is going to have a full examination. He lets him know that he's fine, and Paris down to first. Third hit batter by starter David Hageman tonight. And Rio Foster will come up. Again, Foster, his first time up, a double to the gap in left center for an RBI. 3-2 Hillsboro in the third. First pitch. Misses the top of the zone. Close but no. It's high. 1-0. Both teams with 2 hits. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Hillsboro. 2 runs, 2 hits, an error for Tri-City. Pickoff throw over to first. Back safely is Kyron Paris, who was a pretty good base stealer in his day here with the Dust Devils, and that has continued throughout his professional career. KP 28 steals for the Dust Devils in 89 games. He goes. The 1-0 in there for a strike. Throw down to second, and they got him. Adrian DeLeo and his throw on the money. And so Paris is caught stealing. The hit by pitch erased. 1 out in the third. I believe that's 2-4. We'll double check to be sure, but pretty sure. I'm going to write it in impact. The 1-1 to Rio. Slider low and outside. Foster able to stop the bat in time. 2 balls and a strike. As Hageman winds to 2-1. Fastball outside. 3 balls and a strike. Really, when you look at Rio Foster's year, people are going to zero in on these last 4, perhaps 5 weeks here in 2025. The 3-1. It's high ball 4. So a double and a walk for Foster. And the base runner is restored to first now with 1 out. Foster took 2 walks last night. And he takes his first of the evening here. That'll bring Adrian Placencia back up, second baseman. Struck out looking his first time up. Foster's on base percentage, .398 coming into the 9th. He's threatening a .400 on base percentage as the first pitch to Placencia. Off speed and a swing and a miss for strike 1. The on base had always been there, though a little lower throughout the season for Rio. It's the power numbers that have come with it since that Everett series. 4 weeks ago, he was stellar. There's action in the Hops bullpen. First pitch to, I should say, the second pitch to Placencia is a fastball and a swing and a miss for strike 2. It is a left-hander throwing down there. A couple of candidates there. The 0-2. Placencia takes it low and in, a ball and 2 strikes. In the bullpen available tonight, Jake Fitzgibbons and Grayson Hilt, 2 left-handers, both from the SEC. Actually, both from Tennessee as well. They throw, one of them is throwing, we believe, down in the pen. The 1-2. Placencia swings and misses, strike 3. Hageman gets the strikeout, 2 outs in the third, and Mark Reed, the manager, is out of the dugout. It looks as though David Hageman perhaps has hit his pitch count here and the end of the line as a result. So Mark Reed is going to take the baseball here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third and a runner at first. So we have a pitching change with the lefty coming in. We'll tell you who it is when we come back. Again, the score here in the bottom of the third with 2 out and Rio Foster at first. Hillsboro 3, Tri-City 2. This is Dust Devils baseball. Left-hander Jake Fitzgibbons taking over for the Hillsboro Hops. 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the Hops leading the Dust Devils 3-2. David Hageman goes 2 2/3 innings. Done at that mark. It is 2s all the way across, though it is not done yet. 2 walks, actually 3 hit batters, 2 strikeouts. And Randy DeJesus at the plate. No decision for Hageman. And Fitzgibbons ready in the stretch. First pitch to Randy DeJesus. Fastball running in, missing. 1-0. Jake Fitzgibbons, listed at 5'11", 175 pounds, out of Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Pitched collegiately for the University of Tennessee, the Volunteers. The 1-0. That's low, and it gets away from Adrian Delio, and Rio Foster will advance to second on a wild pitch. So he's in scoring position, and DeJesus a chance with a hit perhaps to tie the ball game. Jake Fitzgibbons in 10 outings, no decisions, a 3.52 ERA. He's given up 6 earned runs, 7 in total, and 11 hits in 15 1/3 innings. Walks have been an issue for the Hillsboro Hops this year. Came into the night with 683. The 2-0 fastball, swing and a miss for strike 1 with the 2 from David Hageman. That's now 685 on the year. So threatening 700 walks before the season is over. The 2-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Fastball moving away. Well, the walks are largely from the relief crew. 440 walks from the relievers. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Fitzgibbons, after all that talk, he takes care of business. He gets a strikeout, and the inning is over. The Dust Devils are held off the board. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. Tri-City has left 4 on base so far in the game. We go to the 4th inning. 3-2, Hillsboro leading. This is Dust Devils baseball. To the 4th inning here at Geisa Stadium. The Hillsboro Hops 3, the Tri-City Dust Devils 2, and Sandy Gaston continuing on in relief. Interesting skies tonight. It is quite hazy. Can still see the moon above, though, so kind of levels of haze, if you will, and degrees of it. And crystal clear at field level. Sandy Gaston beginning a 3rd inning of relief work, 3rd full inning of relief. First pitch to Adrian Delio, the catcher, is a fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes. We do need to get you a weather reading at some point. The 1-0. Hit on the ground through the right side, a base hit for Adrian Delio. Second hit given up by Sandy Gaston. Adrian Rodriguez, the third baseman, will come up. Struck out to end the first inning. By the way, that hit ending a streak of 6 in a row retired by Sandy Gaston. The hits bookending the 6 outs at the moment. Here is Rodriguez, first pitch. Fastball taken. It's there, 0-1. The parent club, the Los Angeles Angels, come away with a 4-3 win over the Kansas City Royals. They've taken the first 2 games of the series. So they've won it, the 0-1. That's low, a ball and a strike. Final game of that series scheduled for 4:40 Pacific time tomorrow. So no day game despite it being a Thursday or perhaps a getaway day. The 1-1 swing and a miss, strike 2. Throw down to first. Safe, just back in is Adrian Daly. Peter Burns with the back pick throw. It was accurate in there. Just back in time was Daly. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's time called at the plate, and now Rodriguez back in. Gaston settles into the stretch and comes set. The 1-2. Fastball high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Adrian Rodriguez with Visalia throughout the year. 206 average, 2 homers, 25 RBI, 9 doubles, and a pair of triples. The 2-2. On a hop to third, Mitchell Daly to second for 1. Adrian Placencia to first in time. Double play around the horn. Solid defense from the infield there. The single taken off the board. 2 outs here in the 4th. Not really taken off the board, still in the hit column, but you get the idea. 2 outs, the base is empty. 3-2 Hillsboro leading, and Drew Jones comes up a third time. 1 for 2. He doubled his last time up. First pitch from Gaston. Cutter, it misses. 1-0. 6:30 starts for us all the way through Saturday, then a 1:30 Sunday afternoon matinee to close out the year. The 1-0 inside. Jones backing off the plate from that fastball. 2-0. Lights in full effect. They've taken earlier effect tonight due to the haze. As time is called, it's like the protective guard of Drew Jones was a little loose there, and time was called by home plate umpire Emmanuel Perez. Now it is refastened. The 2-0. Fastball outside, ball 3. Drew Jones has crowded the plate significantly more of late. Was talking with Rich Burke, voice of the Hops, about that. He brought it to my attention. He is really on top of that inside edge. The 3-0 inside, ball 4. Just takes away more of that strike zone, or visually makes it more difficult. First walk of the game issued by Sandy Gaston, and the speedy Jones will make his way to first. Christopher Tureen, the shortstop, in. A walk and a pop out to short. 2 outs in the 4th. Hillsboro leading Tri-City 3-2. First pitch. Tureen, fly ball down the left field line, out foul territory. Capri Ortiz over on the warning track, and he just can't get it. I think it ended up on the patio, the AutoZone hot corner. Just out of reach. As he had snuck in behind, was trying to grab that, but was just away. 0-1. Drew Jones over at first. Has stolen 24 bases. He leads the team in that category. He's been caught 4 times. The 0-1 he goes. Swing and a miss, strike 2, and the ball slips out of the hand of Peter Burns on the transfer. Not only stole the base number 25. So now a runner in scoring position for this great contact hitting team in the Hops. with 2 outs in the 4th, and action beginning to stir in the Tri-City bullpen. Right-hander Keith Key beginning to throw. Before that, though, Dan Billardello, the manager, I believe, arguing that Drew Jones interfered with Peter Burns' ability to try to throw that to second. That if he had made contact. So he's talking with Emmanuel Perez. Perez threw a Dust Devil coach out of the game last week. I believe it was Doug Henry, the pitching coach. As the conversation over. 0-2 the count. Nothing ends up coming of it, really. It was Larry Pettis who was working with Emmanuel Perez last week who threw out Doug Henry. The 0-2. Off the end of the bat, foul. We'll do it again. Meanwhile, Dominic Romero is the base umpire tonight. He injected Dan Billardello in Vancouver a couple weeks back. So it was not a full 3-week rotation for the umpires. A couple of turns, a couple of changes, and folks just trying to get through the year. The pitch. Fastball high, 1-2. I mentioned Rocket City and Knoxville. They got off to a late start tonight due to rain. They're in the middle of the 6th inning there. 1-0 Rocket City leading. That was the score last night. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gaston strikes out Christopher Tureen. The inning is over on Gaston's 3rd strikeout of the night. No runs for Hillsboro. No, or I should say 1 hit, beg your pardon. No errors. 1 man is left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 3-2. Hillsboro still our score. Been that way since the bottom of the 1st as we head bottom 4 next. Hops 3, Dust Devils 2. As we travel to the bottom of the 4th inning. Metaphysically, metaphorically, either way, we are here. Third baseman Mitchell Daly will be the leadoff man for Tri-City. Catcher Peter Burns and first baseman Colin Summerhill will follow in Tri-City's home white, navy, and gold. The 7-8-9. Starting things here in the 4th. And then if anybody gets on and no double plays or outs on the bases, the top of the order would swing back around. First pitch from Fitzgibbons, the lefty, outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Keith Lekey continues to throw in the bullpen. The 1-0. Slider looping over the outer half to even the count of a ball and a strike. Real tip of the cap to Sandy Gaston, who has stepped up again for the Dust Devils. 3 1/3 scoreless from him. The 1-1. And it's high and outside. 2 balls and a strike. And help bridging the gap to the bullpen. The 2-1. Pass ball at the end of the bat, foul into the first base end of the Tri-City dugout. Anthony School may have deflected that off his shin guard. 2-2. Mitchell Daly grounded into an inning-ending force out in the first. 0-1. The 2-2. Fastball popped high in the air, slicing out of play. First base side. Into the reserve seats. Coming in. Bouncing around. Souvenir available. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 4th inning now at San Manuel Stadium in San Bernardino. Inland Empire leading Lake Elsinore 5-0. The pitch. Breaking ball. That's pulled down the left field line. Junior Franco on the run. Over and it'll hang up for him, and he makes the catch. Good read from Franco. Daly hit that well. Located it well. But he is out number 1. Here in this bottom of the 4th. It'll bring Peter Burns up. He led off the second with a walk. Was left stranded at first. Hillsboro 3, Tri-City 2. The base is empty here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch from Fitzgibbons. Fastball in a high, 1-0. Salt Lake up 7-2, top of the 7th, the ballpark at America First Square. Well, 1-0. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. And Rocket City still leading 1-0, bottom of the 6th in Knoxville. So far, a good night for the system, the 2-0. Low and outside, ball 3. Tri-City is the only team currently behind. And, of course, the parent club with a win on the board as well. Dust Devils just down a run, though. Burns up 3 balls and no strikes as Fitzgibbons winds and fires. Fastball in there, 3-1. Burns taking all the way. The 3-1 now. Another fastball. There again, outer half, 3-2. Burns will call time. Wipe the sweat off his brow, replace his helmet. It is another hot one in the Tri-Cities tonight. At first pitch, ended up in the mid-90s. The 3-2. Fastball, it's there, strike 3. So 3-0 is the count, and Jake Fitzgibbons sends 3 fastballs in and catches Burns looking. 2 outs in the 4th. Catch first pitch time. 6:32 was first pitch time tonight. As here's Colin Summerhill, first pitch of the first baseman outside. 1-0. So closest time frame, 6:30. It was 95 degrees at first pitch at Tri-Cities Airport. Just to our east a bit, the 1-0. Summerhill pops it foul, first base tunnel. Count even at a ball and a strike. So 95 at first pitch. A wind out of the south-southeast. It's set at 7. Again, feeling a little bit, only a little, the 1-1. Summerhill again foul, first base side. Then a little further down, slicing over the first base seating area, 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. Summerhill carving a liner into right center. That's going to get down. On a hop in front of Anderson Rojas, the right fielder. 2-out hit for Colin Summerhill. Now 1 for 2. And that'll bring Anthony School to the plate with a man on. Tri-City trailing 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. School flew out to left his last time up. First time, though, 392 feet over the wall in right. If the Dust Devils had given up 3 in the top of the first, they got one right back on one swing. First pitch to School. Swing and a miss. Slider moving away. 0-1. School has been another man whose offense has really picked up in the second half. The 0-1. Slider outside. School lays off this time. Count even at a ball and a strike. Jake Fitzgibbons, last time's out. He's got at least 2 innings in his last 3 outings and 4 of his last 5. Certainly a multi-inning capable reliever, the 1-1. Fastball hit in a right. Anderson Rojas to his left. It'll hang up for him. It'll make the catch to end the inning. Hit well with the catch made, and that'll do it for Tri-City in the fourth. No runs on a hit, no errors, a man left. Through 4. Still 3-2. Hillsboro leading. All the runs in the first as we head to the fifth. This is Dust Devils baseball. Keith O'Keen taking over to begin the fifth inning for the Tri-City Dust Devils. They trail the Hillsboro Hops by a score of 3-2. What a job out of the bullpen, though, for Sandy Gaston. 3 1/3 scoreless innings. He gives up 2 hits, of course, no runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. As Key now in, first pitch low and inside to Hansel Luis, the switch hitting second baseman. It'll be Luis followed by Junior Franco and Modefi Marte. Heart of the Mark Reed's order here in the fifth. The 1-0 fastball, swing and a miss to even the count at a ball and a strike. Keith O'Keen on the year, 4-8, a 5.15 ERA. Got a win in relief in Spokane last week. This is outing number 26, his 9th out of the bullpen. So he nears 100 innings. He might get there before the season's done. The 1-1 is low. 2 balls and a strike. 104 strikeouts in those 94 1/3 innings. The 2-1 to Luis. Tap foul at the plate, 2-2. Luis walked and scored in the first. The runs in the first inning on both sides. And flew out to deep left center his last time up. So he is 0 for 1 on the evening. Hillsboro in their navy jersey, light blue letters and numbers, trimmed in white, the 2-2. Luis pop up on the infield. Just left a second. Capri Ortiz, the shortstop, making the call and the catch. 1 out. Straightforward pop up there. No issues. 1 out in the fifth. Hillsboro up 3-2. The base is empty for Junior Franco. Franco, his last time up, hit a fly ball down the left field line that Rio Foster caught on a diving catch in foul ground. First pitch, swing and a miss. Bottom dropped out, 0-1. So we've seen a lot of good from Keith O'Keen. Was in the rotation the entire year. Some rougher outings there too. The 0-1. It's low, a ball and a strike. He came out of the rotation during the road series in Everett. And into the bullpen he's gone for the last month or so, and he seemed pretty effective in this role. The 1-1 fastball, a little higher outside, 2 balls and a strike. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Hillsboro. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Tri-City. The 2-1. Changeup, swing and a miss, 2-2. Dust Devils lead the season series 14-11. 5 games remaining. So if the Dust Devils win 1, they'll guarantee a split. 2 of this series, and they'll win the season series. It was pretty even until Tri-City swept Hillsboro 6 straight here at Kisa Stadium in June. The 2-2. Franco on the ground at first. Colin Summerhill has it. Key covering. That PFP paying off right there. 3-1 to put out, 2 outs in the 5th. Pitcher fielding practice for the record. And a routine grounder up the first base line. 2 outs in the 5th. Hillsboro 3, Tri-City 2. No one on for Daly Marte, the first baseman. He is 0 for 2. He is lined out to second and grounded out to short. The first pitch in from Key, a fastball for a strike 0-1. Keith Key out of Valencia, Venezuela, one of the largest cities in the nation. The 0-1 outside, a ball and a strike. And still a young man on the hill. He won't be 22 until the 10th of October. As Key is set in the 1-1. Marte, a grounder up the third base line, foul. Pulled to the Hillsboro bullpen. 1-2. Looks like there's action out there in the Hillsboro bullpen. A righty throwing out there. Don't know if they're getting ready for the bottom of the 5th or we'll see Jake Fitzgibbons to start. The 1-2. Pulled down the left field line, fair ball. Heading toward the left field corner. Marte rounding first, heading for second. Rio Foster gets to it and brings it into Capri Ortiz. A 2-out double for Marte. So for Daly Marte, that is double number 10 as a hop. And with 2 outs, man in scoring position for Hillsboro. Lorenzo Encarnacion is the right-hander throwing for the hops in the bullpen. But the focus now at the plate. Right fielder Anderson Rojas comes up. He is the King Beverage beer batter. 1 for 2 with an infield RBI hit in the first. Grounded out to second his last time up. Marte at second, 3-2 hops in the 5th. First pitch. Low. 1 ball and no strikes. Infield tilting to play Rojas to pull. As Key comes set in the stretch, checking Marte at second. A 1-0. Change up low. 2 balls and no strikes. Game 3 of this series coming up tomorrow night. 6:30 first pitch as this one was. It is the team's annual baseball card pack giveaway. The 2-0. That grounded foul at the plate. Rojas off his right foot. 2-1. Yes, the first 500 fans coming through the gates tomorrow night here at Kisa will receive the team's annual baseball card pack presented by Good Shepherd Healthcare System. If you don't have tickets, they are available at DustDevilsBaseball.com, or you can call our office tomorrow, 509-544-8789 for tickets. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That was the change. And Rojas waving through. The count even as he calls time. And the lefty utility player. He set one more time. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He gets him. Discounted brews for fans 21 and up. Raise a glass, can, or bottle to Keith Key as the beer batter is got for the first time here this week. No runs for Hillsboro in the 5th. A hit, no errors, a man left. And we are halfway through this one. The score, the Hops 3, the Dust Devils 2. This is Tri-City Dust Devils baseball. Going to the bottom of the 5th inning here at Geisa Stadium. I believe a fan has just won the stove on the field in some sort of bizarre game that could only happen in minor league baseball. You know it, you love it. Meanwhile, we'll get to the game at hand now as Capri Ortiz, the shortstop, will lead things off for the Dust Devils to begin the bottom of the 5th. And he will begin work against right-hander Lorenzo Encarnacion. So Jake Fitzgibbons goes an inning and a third, does his job, and hands it off to Encarnacion, who was part of the rotation at one point for the Hops. First pitch to Ortiz. Taken low, 1 ball and no strikes. The stats on Encarnacion, 0-4, a 14.85 ERA. This is his 6th outing, only his 2nd, not a start. The 1-0. Fastball fouled away. First base side. Count even at a ball and a strike. So the final line on Fitzgibbons, an inning and a third, scoreless, 1 hit. No walks, 2 strikeouts. The 1-1. Ortiz takes it. Either low end or outside. Close but no. So 2-1 the count to Capri Ortiz, who was hit by a pitch and scored in the first. Flew out to center his last time up. The 2-1. Inside, ball 3. Ortiz had to get out of the way of that one. Again, it's a hazy evening in the Columbia Basin. Kind of an orangey moon over the left field wall. The 3-1. Ortiz, fly ball to left. Junior Franco is playing in, still running in near the line. He stops and he makes the catch for the first out of the 5th. So a couple of flyouts for Ortiz tonight, 0 for 2. And we are going to get a pinch hitter here as Lucas Ramirez is going to come into the game for the Dust Devils. So Lucas Ramirez is going to pinch hit and take over as the DH here in the 5th. Last time Kyron Paris was up, he was hit by a pitch. Well, left arm, rehabbing here, and unfortunately taking a knock. Hopefully everything okay with KP, but he steps out of the game, and Lucas Ramirez will step in. First pitch to Lucas. Fastball in for a strike, 0-1. Hops 3, Dust Devils 2. Bases empty, 1 out of the 5th. Ramirez in 8 games for Tri-City, 4 for 22, a 182 average, has an RBI and a double. Joined the team in Vancouver to assist the cause during that week and has stayed with the club. The 0-1. That is well high and outside, a ball and a strike. It's really for the first time tonight as well, even though we've seen smoke and haze. Really the first time tonight you can smell it in the air as well. As the 17th round 2024 pick of the Dust Devils back into the left-hand side. And yes, the son of longtime major leaguer Manny Ramirez. The 1-1. Ramirez hits it sharply on a hop to second, but there to grab it is Hansel Luis' throw to first in time for the 2nd out. Well struck by Ramirez. Could hustle down the line. In the end, he is out, though. Two up and 2 down in the 5th. 3-2 Hillsboro. And that'll bring up Rio Foster, the left fielder. Foster has reached base twice. He has doubled. It was an RBI double in the first inning. He walked his last time up. First pitch from Encarnacion. Slider low. Maybe a curve. 1-0. So Rio another good night tonight. Continuing a really strong finish to the year. The 1-0. Slider inside. 2 balls and no strikes. I mentioned I'm not sure when we're going to get word on the Northwest League Player of the Month honor, but Rio will be a strong candidate in the month of August. Personally hope he will receive the award. The 2-0. Fastball high. 3 balls and no strikes. It would be well deserved. Really the only player with stats close to him, Eugene's Nate Furman, but Furman was on rehab assignment for most of the month of August, which I believe should eliminate him from contention of that award, I think. The 3-0. It is low, a 4-pitch walk to Foster. Aboard 3 times now in 3 plate appearances. So he's to first with 2 outs. 3-2, the Hops by a run, and Adrian Placencia will come up. Placencia has struck out twice tonight. First pitch. It is low. 1-0, knocked down by Adrian Daly, and it spun behind him briefly, but not far enough for Foster to try to grab second. But yes, you really tonight, this is the first time we've smelled the smoke in the air in the Columbia Basin in 2025, at least while the Dust Devils have been home. There have been fires. It has thankfully not been too terribly serious a wildfire season in the Pacific Northwest. The 1-0. Placencia on the ground on a hop through the right side. A 2-out hit for Plasse. Is pulling into second is Foster. Placencia 1 for 3. As he hooks that one into right field. And a 2-out rally for Tri-City will now go to right fielder Randy DeJesus. DeJesus has been hit by a pitch and has struck out. He's 0 for 1 tonight. 3-2 Hillsboro in the 5th. 2 on with 2 out. First pitch. DeJesus swings and misses. 0-1. Foster at second, Placencia at first. Rio with a healthy lead, drawing Encarnacion's attention. He's checked twice now. The 0-1. Fastball pulled on the ground to short. Tough hop for Christopher Tureen, but he's able to sort it out. Flip it to first in time for the out. And that does it for Tri-City here in the 5th. 6-3 is the ground out. No runs for the Dust Devils on a hit. No errors. 2 are left. Tri-City has left at least 1 on in every inning and 7 for the game. We go to the 6th. Before we do, though, Dusty's Dash on the go, presented by our friends at Pizza Hut as always. Enjoy the sprint, kids of all ages. As again, we go to the 6th. Hillsboro 3, Tri-City 2 the score. And again, we're very happy you're here for Dust Devils baseball. To the 6th inning at Kisa Stadium. The Hillsboro Hops 3, the Tri-City Dust Devils 2. As Keith O'Key comes home with a slider to designated hitter Ruben Santana and misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Doug Taylor again saying hi for Dust Devils Baseball live on Valley Sports Live, MILB TV, and DustDevilsBaseball.com. The 1-0 fastball swing and a foul tip into the glove of Peter Burns to even the count at a ball and a strike. He in his 2nd inning of relief, scorelessly through the 5th, gave up a hit in that all. Ruben Santana is 0 for 2. He has struck out and reached on an error. The 1-1. Low and outside, 2 balls and a strike. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Hillsboro. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Tri-City. all the runs in the first inning. 0 since on both sides. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Getting past Santana, strike 2. He swung so hard his helmet came loose. A healthy cut. The count even to him. It'll be Ruben Santana, catcher Adrian DeLeon, and third baseman Adrian Rodriguez to hit in this 6th inning for manager Mark Reed. Tops the 2-2. Inside, ball 3. That one causing Santana to shoot his knees back out of the way. The count full to him. The infield tilting to play Santana to pull. Mitchell Daly at third, closer to the line. Capri Ortiz more toward the hole, and Adrian Placencia up the middle. At second, Colin Summerhill off the bag at first, the 3-2. Fastball, fouled away down the first base and right field line toward Dusty's deck, off the roof and away. Still a full count. Outfield pretty straight away. Anthony School in center, Andy DeJesus in right, and Rio Foster out and left. Key standing in the wind, the 3-2 again. Fastball, fouled straight back. Key peering in again. Again, the 3-2. Fastball, line to left. Foster over in the gap. He's got it. Read it well off the bat, and he makes the catch for out number 1. That ball was crushed by Ruben Santana. Would have to think the XBA, the expected batting average on that, one of the newer sabermetrics, way high. But Foster takes it away. Went out of the 7th or 6th, beg your pardon. 7 was the out to the left fielder. The first pitch to DeLeon inside, and he moves out of the way. 1-0. DeLeon has reached base twice. He was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the first, bringing in the 3rd run of the inning. He was the final batter that Chris Cortez faced on the day, and singled his last time up. The 1-0 in there for a strike, 1-1. That was in the 4th inning. Then double play behind off the bat of Adrian Rodriguez, who waits on deck. Took him off the bases. The 1-1. Change of beauty in there. Fading back in for strike 2. In Hillsboro, a 9-2 winner last night. It was a 4-2 game going to the 9th. The Hops scoring 5 times in the 9th to run away with it. The Devils looking to even up the series. Down just a run. The 1-2 pitch. High and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the Northwest League earlier today, playing a doubleheader today in Eugene because they cannot play Saturday due to Oregon Duck football. 4-1 Eugene winning game 1. The 2-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3. Keith Key with his 2nd strikeout. 2 outs here in the 6th. And Adrian Rodriguez, the 3rd baseman, will come to the plate. So it's a doubleheader for Spokane and Eugene today. Eugene leads game 2-1 in the 3rd. The first pitch to Rodriguez, foul tipped in the glove of Peter Burns for strike 1. Meanwhile, in Vancouver, top of the 5th there, Everett and Vancouver tied 2-2. So they will not play a game Saturday at PK Park, the 0-1. Slider, it's their 0-2. The Ducks are home. I do not remember who they are facing. I got to be honest, I don't really care all that much. Non-conference game. The 0-2. Fouled away. 0-2. I take it back. I do remember, and it is a school near and dear to at least one Dust Devils fan's heart. The Oklahoma State Cowboys take on the Oregon Ducks in Eugene on Saturday. It shot back into my mind. The 0-2. Low and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 now. Slider, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Keith Key here in the 6th. And a 1-2-3 frame. Zeros down the book column. Nice work by Key. Really been nice work by the bullpen tonight. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It remains Hillsboro 3, Tri-City 2. This remains Dust Devils Baseball here on Valley Sports Live, DustDevilsBaseball.com, the MILB app. Those are the places. The Hops 3, the Dust Devils 2. Bottom of the 6th inning. Coming now at Geisa Stadium, and Mitchell Daly, the third baseman, will be the leadoff man for the Dust Devils. Catcher Peter Burns and first baseman Colin Summerhill to follow. It was the same lineup in the 4th. Daly 0 for 2 so far. He has grounded into an inning-ending force out and lined out to left or flown out to left. First pitch from Encarnacion. Fly ball to right. Hit fairly well. Going back, Anderson Rojas to the track, to the wall. It is gone! Mitchell Daly going oppo taco to tie the ball game. It just kept going and going, slicing away from Anderson Rojas, and it gets out. We are even. Tri-City 3, Hillsboro 3 here in the 6th. For Mitchell Daly, homer number 2, RBI number 6 as a member of the Dust Devils. I think it's fair to say a lot of folks, when that went off the bat, did not think that was going to get out, but it just kept going. Peter Burns, the catcher, up. First pitch in, pop foul out of play, third base side, 0-1. Again, 3-3 the score, so Chris Cortez, I know it was a rough first inning for him, but it is a no decision tonight. He will remain 3-8 for the season, the 0-1. Burns, fly ball, right center, hit well. Going back, Drew Jones, though, and he covers a ton of ground easily. He gets there in right of center to make the catch for the first out of the 6th. Daly's home run in Everett was also, if memory serves, to right center. Now, they have a place there, though. That field is such that right center is an easy porch. As Colin Summerhill, the first baseman, takes a fastball, low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. We'll get you the stats in a moment on Daly's home run. The 1-0, taken for a strike, 1-1. Off-speed pitch. For Mitchell Daly, 96 off the bat, 342 feet to right, the 1-1. Summerhill pals it straight back. That was close. Folks here were ready. It caught the top. If that had about 6 inches more height, I was fearing for DJBP, Ethan the video man, high home cameraman Ian Reardon. They were all at risk. The 1-2. Breaking ball inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we'll do it officially Sunday. But thank you to everybody all year for your hard work here for Dust Devils Baseball. It is appreciated. Thank you to all our viewers tuning in, the 2-2. Summerhill takes a fastball just high, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So, of course, we will hit the end of the line Sunday afternoon and close up shop for 2025. Back at it April 2026. More details on that to come for our 25th anniversary year. The payoff. Summerhill, grounder third base side. Third base coach Trevor Knipe barehanding it, and he'll throw it to the Dust Devils dugout, first base side. Colin Summerhill singled to right center his last time up. He's also flown out to left, a 1-for-2 night. The 3-2 to Summerhill. Fastball, high, ball 4. Summerhill draws a one-out walk, and he's the potential go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 6th. So Summerhill down to first. Aboard a second time, and Anthony School to the dish. He has hit all 3 balls to the outfield, has Anthony School. The first one, though, was over the outfield and over the fence. First pitch to School, that is chopped off the plate foul, spinning backwards to the backstop, 0-1. Solo homer to lead off the bottom of the first after Tri-City had trailed 3-0. Flyouts to left and a line out to right since. Summerhill stretching the lead off the first base bag. Encarnacion in the stretch, the 0-1. School, grounder, past Hans Eloise into right field. Summerhill stops at second. Anthony School, a multi-hit game again. He pulls into first with 1 out of the 6th, and the Dust Devils, after the solo homer by Mitchell Daly, threatening with the top of the order, getting to work. That'll bring Capri Ortiz to the plate. Dust Devils 3, Hops 3. 1 out bottom of the 6th. Before the at-bat at the plate, though, Tyler Mark, the pitching coach, to the mound to have a word with Lorenzo Encarnacion and the entire Hops infield. And also to allow action to begin in the Hillsboro bullpen as a right-hander starting to throw down there. As the man throwing is Teofilo Mendez, we are told. Righty who's been back and forth with the Hops last couple years. As the meeting of the mound over, and we'll get back to work here in this 3-3 tie in the bottom of the 6th. Fans here on Pasco School District night, and good amount of the crowd still here taking this one in. Here is Ortiz, 0 for 2. He's flown out twice, but hit by a pitch and scored. That was in the first. First pitch to him here. Inner half, strike 1. We do have our attendance puzzle tonight from Colin Ames doing the honors this evening as Encarnacion steps off. Colin's attendance puzzles have been a bit more challenging. The 0-1. Ortiz lines it foul. Trevor Knipe ducking out of the way. Strike 2. The first half of it, I would submit, not that challenging. 2 NFL players, of course, the NFL schedule starting tomorrow. Patrick Mahomes is the first half of the attendance puzzle tonight. That one pretty easy. The second one, Gene Upshaw, former Raiders offensive lineman and former president, longtime president of the NFL Players Association. I think I have it, or I'm in the neighborhood. I will confirm. The 0-2. Ortiz, a liner to first, caught by Marte. Runners quickly back to the bags to avoid the double play. 2 outs. And that hit well by Ortiz, but within Marte's reach for the second out. That'll bring up Lucas Ramirez, getting his second at bat of the night. A ground out, a hard ground out to second, his first time up. Dust Devils 3, Hops 3. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th, 2 on. First pitch to Ramirez. In there for strike 1. Lucas coming up in a big moment here, trying to give the Dust Devils the lead. The 0-1. Off speed, a little outside. A ball and a strike. And is Summerhill at second, School at first. Something in a gap down the line could score two. The 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. And Lucas Ramirez had a fine year in the Arizona Complex League for the Angels squad that won the ACL this year. Then came to the Dust Devils to help them outfield-wise due to Anthony School due to work visa issues, unable to come to Vancouver. The 2-1 socked down the right field line, but foul. Off the plate area in the Tri-City bullpen. That was crushed on a line by Ramirez. Two and two the count. Runners with their leads. Encarnacion set. Glove at the belt buckle. The 2-2. Fastball, pop foul. Third base side. A home plate out of play. So the count stays. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tri-City, after falling behind 3-0 in the first, it's taken them 6 innings, but they've gotten all the way back. Now trying to take their first lead of the night. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Encarnacion got Ramirez out in front. He unable to hold up, and the inning is over. But the Dust Devils do tie up the ball game on the solo homer by Mitchell Daly to lead off the inning. Inning ends up 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left. We go to the 7th. We are tied. Tri-City 3, Hillsboro 3. You're tuned in to Dust Devils Baseball. To the 7th now, here at the corner of Burton Boulevard and Home Run Road, a.k.a. Geesis Stadium. Tri-City 3, Hillsboro 3. Keith Key continuing on for the Dust Devils. 2 scoreless innings. He's retired 6 out of the 7 men he's faced. He'll take on the top of the order, though, to begin this 7th. A bit of a more challenging crew here, beginning with center fielder Drew Jones. First pitch. Fastball coming in high, 1 ball and no strikes. Jones has doubled and walked. He's also stolen a base tonight. Struck out on the first. The 1-0. Change up low. 2 balls and no strikes. We'll get you the answer for the attendance puzzle in a moment. The 2-0. Fastball inside. 3 balls and no strikes. 2 NFL players, 2 AFC West NFL players. Patrick Mahomes, Gene Upshaw, the 3-0. Fastball in there for strike 1. Mahomes, probably pretty easy. Very prominent player, of course, in the league. 15. Gene Upshaw, Hall of Fame lineman, was later president of the NFLPA. 63 was his number. 1563, the attendance tonight. The 3-1 in there for a called strike 2. Caught the lower part of the zone, so the count full. Thanks to everybody for coming out tonight. The 3-2. It is low, ball 4. So a second walk in as many plate appearances to Drew Jones, who has reached base 3 times in the night. Needs the potential go-ahead run to begin the 7th. Thank you to Call Names for the attendance puzzle. And again, thanks to everybody for checking this ball game out tonight, whether you're here in person or taking us in via Valley Sports Live and the audio avenues. The shortstop Christopher Terrain takes a fastball outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Dust Devils 3, Hops 3. Jones with great speed at first. 25 steals on the year. The pitch. 1-0, fastball there to even the count at a ball and a strike. Angels affiliates, bottom of the 8th inning in Knoxville. Rocket City leads Knoxville 4-3. Salt Lake a 7-3 winner over El Paso this evening. The 1-1. Slider inside, just inside. He almost whipped it back in, 2-1. As well, Inland Empire leads Lake Elsinore 6-4, bottom of the 6th inning down in San Bernardino. And the 66ers will be in the California League playoffs next week. Good luck to Dave Stapleton and crew, the 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That was a wicked slider from Key. Terrain tried to stop and just couldn't do it. It was as if the bat pulled the body. Pickoff throw over to first. Time was actually called. I don't think Key was aware of that, but Terrain had stepped out. So there's 1 win on the board for the Angels affiliates. Parent club, 4-3 winners over Kansas City tonight. Now a pickoff throw over to first and back safely is Drew Jones. An opportunity if things can finish well in other parts and the Dust Devils can grab a lead for a halo sweep tonight. I think it's been a while since we've done that. 2-2 runner goes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Throw down to second, and it ends up skipping just behind the bag. Safe at second is Jones on the steal, but there is 1 out here in the inning. Stolen base number 26 for Drew Jones. Strikeout number 4 for Keithel Key. So 1 out, a runner at second. Dust Devils and Hops in a 3-3 tie. And Hansel Luis to the plate. 2 chances for the Hops to bring Jones in and retake the lead. The pitch. It's low, 1 ball and no strikes. Action in both bullpens as Carlos Espinosa, it looks like, right-hander for Tri-City, getting loose. Teofilo Mendez was throwing earlier for the Hops, and it looks as though he is continuing to do so. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Keep pulling the string there. Luis unable to hang with it. A ball to strike. As the smoke that was here, it was here just for a brief moment, but though it's still hazy, it is cleared out a bit. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Another pitch with quick arm action, less velocity, and Luis unable to time it. He had a ball and 2 strikes. Junior Franco on deck for the Hops. Again, they're wearing their navy light blue and white jersey tonight. Navy body of the jersey, light blue letters and numbers trimmed in white. The pitch. That grounded foul into the corner of the equipment share bullpen, the first base patio area. A ball and 2 strikes. Tri-City trying to even the series, trying to get to 60 wins for the first time as a High A Angels affiliate. The 1-2. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. He guns it by a second consecutive strikeout. 2 outs here in the 7th. So making now 5 strikeouts for Key. And Junior Franco, the left fielder, stepping in. Drew Jones out at second. Tri-City and Hillsboro in a 3-3 tie in the top of the 7th. First pitch from Key to Franco. Swinging a foul, tip at the plate, 0-1. That one deflecting off of Peter Burns, and he adjusting the right shin guard there. Home plate umpire Manuel Perez was ready to brush the plate and give Burns more time if he needed it, but apparently Burns saying he was okay. 0-1. And the pitch. Slider, check swing, doesn't matter. Pitch in the zone, 0-2. Well, maybe not. Maybe it was actually ruled on Franco. As I think Franco asked, and then I just saw Perez point at him. So that would tell me that he was ruled to have offered at the pitch. The 0-2. It's low, 1-2. Burns knocking it down and just rolled slightly under his left leg. In the bottom of the 7th for the Dust Devils, it'll be Rio Foster, Adrian Placencia, and Randy DeJesus. Set is key. The 1-2. Swinging a foul. It was the off-speed pitch. Change there. Franco was out in front, but able to get a piece. Outfield is playing Franco slightly the other way, and he certainly is known to take things the opposite direction. The 1-2. Franco, liner to center. That's going to get down. Jones rounds third and comes home. He will score, and Hillsboro leads 4-3. So the walk comes back to bite. And Junior Franco delivers an RBI single on a line up the middle. That is his first hit of the game. And it comes at an opportune time for the visitors from the Silicon Forest. They lead again, and Modefi Marte in. First pitch of the first baseman, a slider just inside. 1-0. Keith O'Key now the pitcher of record for the Dust Devils. A 1-0. Fastball high, 2 balls and no strikes. And now Peter Burns is going to go out and have a word with Key. Trying to let him cool down just a little bit. Those two, the battery conversing. And this is where there really is the value of a relative veteran in Peter Burns, 25 years old. Guy who caught a good amount of Boston College. Understands in a way how to manage a pitching staff. Well, Flores certainly does that too, but he's still a 19 years old. Sometimes you're just looking at a kid. The pitch. Inside, throw down to second, and they got it. Franco, kind of an awkward slide into second, and he looks to be in a bit of pain, still on the second base bag. Hopefully he's okay, but he is caught stealing to end the inning. So it is time for us to stretch here at Kisa Stadium. A run on a hit, no errors, and nobody left. As we stretch here at Kisa with the score now, Hillsboro 4, Tri-City 3. This is Tri-City Dust Devils baseball. The Hops 4, the Dust Devils 3. As Rio Foster leads things off to begin the bottom of the 7th inning. As the caught stealing, by the way, was 2-4 to end the inning. Adrian Placencia applying the tag. And Foster to lead off this 7th. First pitch for a strike, 0-1. I believe we have someone new on the mound. It is Teofilo Mendez in the pitch. Slider outside. A ball and a strike. So Mendez takes over. Lorenzo Encarnacion goes 2 innings. He's the pitcher of record for Hillsboro. In line for the win at the moment. The 2-1. Slider outside, ball 3. So Mendez is the 4th pitcher of the night for Hillsboro. Both starters did not last long in this game. The 3-1. Fastball misses, ball 4. Is it not? Did I miss something? Yeah, it is. Foster was, I think, wondering whether it was a strike or if it was only ball 3. But he is informed it is indeed a walk. And Foster has walked for a 3rd time tonight. He is 1 for 1 with an RBI double and 3 walks. And he's the potential tying run to begin the bottom of the 7th. Hillsboro 4, Tri-City 3, and Adrian Placencia standing in. Placia single, and he kind of hooked into right his last time up. Couple of strikeouts, 1 for 3 on the night. As Placencia squares. A bunt to third, no throw to first, or I should say to second. Instead, the throw goes to first, and it is a sacrifice bunt. Adrian Rodriguez was coming in, decided not to try to get the lead runner. So it's a sacrifice bunt. 5-3 is the putout. No plate appearance charged to Placencia. And 2 opportunities with a runner in scoring position. Hillsboro leading 4-3. Bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Randy DeJesus. A swing and a miss. 4 strike 1. Teofilo Mendez has been on and off the hops a couple of different times. This is his 2nd outing. 2 scoreless innings his last time and first time this year in Hillsboro Regalia. The 0-1. Low and outside. A ball and a strike. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Hillsboro. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Tri-City. As Mendez checks Foster at second, he has a healthy lead there, the 1-1. DeJesus pops it foul, over us to our right. 1-2 the count. Until Daly on deck. He homered his last time up to tie the ball game. As Mendez working the first base side of the rubber. Comes set, glove high on the chest. The 1-2, Foster breaks for third. The fastball's outside, and Foster has third stolen. That is stolen base number 8 for Rio Foster. It did not come without a cost. As Rio going in, it was a bit of a belly flop slide into third, but he looks to be okay. And he's 90 feet away with the tying run with 1 out in the 7th. And now the infield coming in. This is a meeting called by the Hops on the field. No coach out there. Just wanting to make sure that everybody's in line here. As Foster steals third. And see if the infield stays in here for Hillsboro, and they will. So either near the edge of the grass or on the edge of the grass. Can be a bit of an advantage to Randy DeJesus if he's able to scorch one. He might be able to get it more quickly past a Hops infielder. The 2-2. Low and outside, ball 3. DeJesus lays off the slider. He is 0 for 2 tonight. He's been hit by a pitch as well. as Mendez comes set. 3-2. DeJesus lines one into right, and we are tied. Randy DeJesus comes up big with an RBI single. Dust Devils 4, Hops 4 in the 7th. No, it has been a struggle at the plate for Randy DeJesus at times this year, but that was a solid at bat. Worked himself into a count where he get a good pitch to drive, and he does, to tie the ball game. So 4-4 the score now, and Mitchell Daly up. First pitch to him, low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. I don't know if the defense is back. If the second baseman, Hansel Luis, would have had a play on it. That thing was moving. The 1-0. Daly pops it high in the air, first base side. Modefi Marte has a look, but that'll land foul out of play. Near Dusty's deck. Count even had a ball and a strike for Randy DeJesus, by the way. RBI number 54 in the year. Randy comes up big in the 7th. That's got to feel good. The 1-1. Slider low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. It's now a worse to no decision for Keith O'Key. If Tri-City can score again in this 7th, he would be the pitcher of record to the good for the Dust Devils. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That one moving away from Daly. Unable to connect, and the count even. Time called by Mitchell Daly, the military kid. Talked about it before. His dad, a 4-star Army general, a logistics whiz, running the material command. The 2-2. Slider, check swing. Did he go? No, says Dominic Romero. Close one, but Daly able to hold up. Count full at 3-2. Daly born at Fort Hood in Texas. Went to high school in Alabama. Played collegiately in Texas before finishing in Kentucky with Ryan Nicholson. The 3-2 runner goes. Check swing. He offered at it. Did Daly for strike 3. The ball got away. DeJesus is safe at second. And there are 2 outs. Randy DeJesus, I hope, is okay at second. Perhaps an awkward slide, and he has maybe been affected here. At first, I almost wondered if it was maybe just more, not for comedic effect, but that he was just sort of holding on to the bag to make sure that no one tried to tag him with the ball. So he's at second, and now he's being checked on by athletic trainer Chase Galloway, manager Dan Billardello, and third base and bench coach Trevor Knipe. I'm not sure what is being checked here. And either way, I think DeJesus is going to stay in the ball game. We'll see, though. Tri-City's already used an outfielder on its bench in Lucas Ramirez to step in for Kyron Paris, who was DHing. And you start to look at the Dust Devils bench. Don't know how many options there really are at the moment, as Teofilo Mendez will get in a warm-up pitch or two while DeJesus is still being checked by Chase Galloway and Dan Billardello, but I think DeJesus okay. Randy, by the way, does get his 3rd stolen base. So that is 2 stolen bases for the Dust Devils in the 7th inning, both with somewhat hard slides into the bag. And we will continue on now with DeJesus still at second. And Peter Burns looking to deliver the hit that could give Tri-City the lead. The Dust Devils 4, the Hops 4. DeJesus at second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. And Burns tonight 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch to Peter. Popped in the air, third base side, foul out of play. 0-1. That walk came in the second. He struck out looking and flown out to right of center. Hit a ball well, but Drew Jones getting to it, as he does most balls hit his way. The 0-1. It's low, knocked down by Adrian Daly on the catcher. A ball and a strike. Again, tomorrow night at the ballpark, it is the annual baseball card pack giveaway. First 500 fans coming through the gates will get the annual pack presented by Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Tickets available at DustDevilsBaseball.com. The 1-1. Burns, grounder up the middle, and that'll roll into center. DeJesus rounds third. He will score, and Peter Burns delivers again. The Dust Devils have their first lead of the night. Tri-City 5, Hillsboro 4 here in the 7th. So 2 in for Tri-City. And Peter Burns with the RBI single, the double-digit RBIs. He's driven in 10 on the year. A soft grounder just getting through. Colin Summerhill, the first baseman, will come up. Before he does, though, Tyler Mark, the pitching coach, is going to come out and have a word with Teofilo Mendez and the Hops infield. So they will hold converse again here at the top of the mound as action begins in the Hops bullpen. Tri-City has their first lead of the night after trailing 3-0 in the top of the first. They've made it all the way back and taken a 5-4 lead. As the meeting done, and Summerhill will come up. Summerhill 1 for 2 with a walk. He's reached in his last 2 plate appearances. Burns a short lead at first. Mendez set, checking Burns. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Mendez gets it by. So both teams in this inning getting their leadoff man aboard via walk and scoring him. The 0-1. Slider looping in, inner half 0-2. Looks like righty Ricardo Yan beginning to throw for the Hops down the left field line. And when I say looks, I mean I know it is him. He has a unique motion. Pitching motions are a bit like fingerprints. Sometimes you don't have to see the number. You can see the guy, and if you've seen him enough, you know it's him. And that is Yan. The 0-2. Summerhill high in the air, first base side, right field way. That'll go foul. 0-2. Mentioned tomorrow night in the baseball card giveaway. That enough of a draw, but also Ryan Johnson taking the Geisa Stadium mound for the final time in 2025. You'll want to see that too. The 0-2. 0 outside, a ball and 2 strikes. 4-3, a 1.88 ERA for Ryan Johnson. And he'll take on right-hander Denny Larondo. 3-3, a 7.11 ERA. And again, a reminder, as it was last Friday, that it's very likely Ryan Johnson to start, Ryan Koshu to fall. And the last time those two pitched, they covered the whole thing in a 3-0 shutout in Spokane. The 1-2. Swinging a foul back. Summerhill just got a piece. So Burns back to first. Again, he giving the Dust Devils the lead in this bottom of the 7th. Mendez has thrown a few pitches now, nearing 30. A 1-2. Summerhill fouls it away again. First base side over the grandstand. Count holds where it is. This will be the 7th pitch of this at bat between Summerhill and Mendez. As he comes ready. Once more, the 1-2. Slider hit in the air, shallow center. Going out is the second baseman, Ansel Luis. Got a little handcuffed by that. He ends up making the catch basket style, going to the ground, but he does grab it to end the inning. Perhaps not the most artful way, but he gets it done. And the inning is over. 2 runs, though, for the Dust Devils. Give them their first lead of the night. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and a man is left. We go to the 8th with the score now. Tri-City 5, Hillsboro 4. This is Dust Devils baseball. Carlos Espinosa to the game now and to the mound for the Tri-City Dust Devils. As we start the 8th inning with the score, Tri-City 5, Hillsboro 4. Keith O'Key goes 3 innings. He gives up a run on 2 hits. He walked 1, struck out 5. As Carlos Espinosa home to Daly Marte with a strike 0-1. And Key, despite giving up the run that gave the Hops the lead in the 7th, he is now the pitcher of record of the good for Tri-City. The 0-1. Fastball hit on the ground, past a diving Colin Summerhill and into right field. Marte a single to lead off the 8th. So Espinosa tasked with at least the 8th, perhaps the 9th. It'll depend on obviously how this 8th goes and also how Tampa Lardello and Doug Henry want to play it. They would have Sam Tukoyan available, and he has been used in 6-out save opportunities, so they're wishing to save him tonight. I'll bring up Anderson Rojas, the King Beverage beer batter, who again did not cooperate. He takes a fastball for a strike 0-1. Espinosa 2-3, 5.15 ERA. This is outing number 33 for him. The 0-1. Fastball high, a ball and a strike. Well, Daly Marte, by the way, now 2 for 4 after that single. 2 hits in his last 2 at-bats, and he's the potential tying run aboard at first to lead off this 8th. The 1-1. Rojas sends it foul into the netting, 1-2. We'll get you a Northwest League update. They are in the stretch in Vancouver. The Canadians leading the Everett Aqua Sox 5-2. Eugene won game 1 of their doubleheader 4-1. They lead game 2, 4-2, bottom of the 6th, 7-inning game. So getting late for the Indians there. The 1-2. Fastball just outside, ball 2. Anderson Rojas, an infield single and an RBI in the first. He has since grounded out to second and struck out swinging. King Beverage beer batter got once, so he did cooperate once. The 2-2. Foul back. We'll do it again. But a reminder, as always, it is not the King Beverage beer batter's job to cooperate. It is, in fact, to do the opposite. Marte short lead at first. Again, the 2-2. It's there, strike 3, taken on the inside corner. Carlos Espinosa moving it back over the edge for his first strikeout of the night. 1 out in the 8th. 5-4 Dust Devils. DH Ruben Santana in now. Last time he came up, he scorched a liner to left, but Rio Foster able to run it down. First pitch, slider, swing and a miss, 0-1. As Anthony School is just to the right of second as we see him. Randy DeJesus fairly straight away and right. And Rio Foster is way over to the left. A huge gap in left center as things stand. The 0-1. Slider low and outside, a ball and a strike. Trevor Knight, the bench and defensive coach, was adjusting. Foster is where he is wanted to be by the coaching staff. The 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. 5 runs, 8 hits, an error for the Dust Devils. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Hops. Espinosa leaning in the stretch, brings the ball back to the glove at the belt. The 2-1. Fastball fouled away, first base side. The count even at 2-2. Things have cleared out a little bit. We were hit by a bit of a wave of smoke in the middle of this game. It is a bit hazy already, but the air quality went lower, and it seems as though it has improved here in the last inning or two again. The 2-2. In there, strike 3. He gets him with a breaking ball. Down looking, goes Santana. 2 outs in the 8th. Tri-City 5, Hillsboro 4. Modefi Martavier's leadoff single on at first. Pitcher Adrian DeLeon will come up. 1 for 2 and a hit by pitch. The hit by pitch netting him an RBI. Back in the first. First pitch to DeLeon inside, 1-0. Dust Devils will look to try to add insurance runs in the bottom of the 8th if they can hold Hillsboro here. The 1-0 swinging a foul tip at the plate, 1-1. Burns asking for the ball to throw it back to Carlos Espinosa. It'll be in the top of the order for the Dust Devils in the 8th. Anthony School, Capri Ortiz, and Lucas Ramirez, who has stepped in at DH tonight. A 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Espinosa, the 4th pitcher of the night for Dan Billardello's side. The team looking for win number 60 this year. Looking to at least have both halves with 30 wins. And obviously Tri-City will want more, the 2-1. That's down the middle, strike 2 in the count even. Adrian DeLeon out of Azua in the Dominican Republic. 21 years old, listed at 5'7", 180. Been with the Hops for about 5 weeks or so. Kenny Castillo, who had been their main catcher, on the injured list and apparently still there. Hopefully he all right in short order. Espinosa ready in the stretch. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. After the single, 3 strikeouts by Carlos Espinosa. And a 0 posted in the 8th. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left. And Tri-City now looking for insurance as we go to the bottom of the 8th with the score. The Dust Devils 5, the Hops 4. This is Dust Devils baseball. Ricardo Yan takes over for the Hillsboro Hops as we start the 8th inning on the bottom side here at Geesis Stadium with the score, Tri-City 5, Hillsboro 4. Yan, the 5th pitcher of the night for Mark Reed's side. And Yan taking over. Mendez goes an inning, Teofilo Mendez. He gives up 2 runs earned on 2 hits. And he is now the man on the hook for this game as it stands.
Top of the order for the Tri-City Dust Devils, now batting center fielder Anthony School.
Anthony School, the leadoff man in to lead off this 8th inning. First pitch from Young, the sidewinder, in for a strike, 0-1. Anthony School homered to lead off the bottom of the first. Single his last time up. Another multi-hit game for Schoolie, as his manager calls him, the 0-1. Low and outside, a ball and a strike. Probably not the most original nickname in the world. Just take his last name, add an E on the end, or an IE. There you go, nickname, Schoolie. The 1-1. Slider swinging a miss, strike 2. With that delivery, as Jan has, and you can see it on Bally Sports Live and MILB.com, the MILB app. It's just such a different release point. That sweeper can just attack, heading right for your hands. Yan 3-3, 5.17 ERA. If he gets it out in this 8th inning, he will get to 70 innings complete on the season. The 1-2. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, he tasked with the 8th inning, posting a 0 and giving his team one more time to rally. Dust Devils would love at least one more run to make that harder in the 9th. They'll send their top 3 of the order to the plate. School already here, the 2-2. Low and outside, or inside, make it ball 3. That one skipped in. So the count full. School mentioned the homer and the single. He's also flown out to left and lined out to right. So put it in play all 4 times. The 3-2. Slider off the end of the bat, third base side, fair grounder, tough play, throw to first, not in time. Game effort by Adrian Rodriguez, even to get to it and throw to first. But it's an infield hit for School. He's got a 3-hit night. So he is that potential insurance run aboard to lead off this 8th inning. And Capri Ortiz will come up. Ortiz is 0 for 3. Was hit by a pitch and scored in the first. He's also put it in play 3 times. See if he squares up here. He does not. First pitch outside, 1-0. Tri-City laid down a successful sacrifice bunt in the 7th. They scored twice. This may not be correlated depending on what you believe, offensive philosophy-wise in baseball. The 1-0. Grounded foul, first base side. Count even at a ball and a strike. It's Placencia who laid down the bunt. Getting Rio Foster to second. Ended up scoring on Randy DeJesus' RBI single after stealing third. So it worked out in that case. The 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Mention Ricardo Yan, 69 2/3 innings. He's given up now 55 hits, 42 runs, all but 2 earned. He's walked 54. He's hit 16 batters and struck out 70. That's 1-1. The 2-1. That's spinning off the end of the bat foul to the third base side of the backstop. 2-2. I would have to think, and I believe this was certainly true at one point, that Ricardo Yan has hit the most batters of any pitcher in the Northwest League. 2-2 the count to Ortiz. The pitch from Yan. Slider inside, ball 3. Now, just with the way the motion is for Yan, it leaves him more prone. If a righty's up and his slider slips, that's going to end up right into the left side or the left shoulder of a hitter. Just how that'll be. With a full count, School might be on the move. He goes, the pitch. Ortiz, a chopper on a hop. It's over Marte. Reaching to it and getting it is Ansel Luis, but no throw. A second infield hit, this time by Ortiz. 2 on, nobody out in the 8th. That a chopper, and Ortiz utilizing his speed to get his first hit of the night. By the way, for Capri, that extends his hit streak to 6 games in a row. So it is School at second, Ortiz at first. In a conversation at the mound now between Ricardo Yan, Adrian De Leon, and third baseman Adrian Rodriguez, who's come in. Maybe everybody seeing what the thought is here with Lucas Ramirez coming to the dish. Dust Devils 5 hops 4, 2 on, nobody out here in the 8th. Would they ask Ramirez to try to lay one down and put both runners in scoring position with 1 out? Or do you let the young kid swing away? Again, we're about to find out. Ramirez is 0 for 2. He is grounded out hard to second and struck out swinging. First pitch. Ramirez was not square. First pitch low, 1-0. Corner infielders both crashing or ready to. Rodriguez at third, Marte at first. He now heading back, though, defensively. The 1-0. Inside, ball 2. So Ramirez in the hitter's count. Rio Foster lurking on deck. It was Hillsboro who ran away with the game late last night. Could the Dust Devils do it here in Game 2? The 2-0. Ramirez shoots it foul, third base side, into the netting and back down, 2-1. And Kyron Paris, the rehabbing Dust Devil alum, was the DH tonight, was hit by a pitch in the third inning and came out after that. Was on the bases and then didn't come back to the plate. The 2-1, low and inside, ball 3. So Jan a ball away from loading the bases with perhaps for the last few weeks the most dangerous hitter in the Northwest League lurking on deck. The 3-1. Outside, ball 4. Ramirez draws the walk, patient at the plate, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for Rio Foster. Foster has reached base 4 times tonight, an RBI double in the first. He has walked 3 times since.
All right, friends, here we go. When I say let's go, you say go. Let's go.
Jan coming set, infield coming in for the hops. The pitch. Slider, it's there, 0-1. Foster scored the tying run in the 7th, coming in on the RBI single by Randy DeJesus. The 0-1. Low and outside. A ball and a strike. Anthony School at third. Capri Ortiz at second. Lucas Ramirez at first. Good to great speed really all around. Something in a gap down the line. It could score all 3. The 1-1. Foster. Fly ball or pop up. Shallow right center. Infield was playing in. Running in and making the catch is the right fielder Anderson Rojas. To the cutoff man, 1 out. So Foster is retired for the first time tonight. That almost fell in. But the catch is made for the first out. And now it'll be second baseman Adrian Plasencia. Plasencia 1 for 3. A successful sac bunt his last time up. Tri-City 5, Hillsboro 4. The base is loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. First pitch to Plasi. Slider, swing and a miss, 0-1. Plasencia, 16 homers on the year. The 0-1. That tap foul at the plate, 0-2. He's driven in 61. It has been really tough sledding at the plate for Plasencia of late. Going back to the road trip. 6 for 42 coming into the night. Mentioned 1 for 3 tonight, so 7 for 45 now. The 0-2. Low and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Randy DeJesus on deck. In the home, Tri-City, white, navy and gold. White jersey and pants, navy piping. Letters and numbers. The numbers and the front letters trimmed in gold. The 1-2. Plasencia fouls it back. He'll see another. As the infield hit by Ortiz got the Dust Devils to double digits in hits tonight. They have 10. Hillsboro has only 6, a night after they had 17 hits in their 9-2 win. The 1-2 pitch. Slider, check swing. Did he offer? No, says Dominic Romero. Ball 2. Can see arms and hands raised in protest from the Hillsboro bench. It was close. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There is action in the Hillsboro bullpen. Right under Sam Knowlton getting loose down there. The 2-2. Plasencia. It's wide, and it bounces off the glove of Adrian DeLeon. Scoring is Anthony School, 6-4 Dust Devils. As that one got away, a gift to Tri-City. and a bit of insurance. The lead now 2. Everybody else up 90 feet. So Ortiz to third, Ramirez to second. We'll see how it scored. It was well wide, though it went off the glove of Delio. The 3-2. Placencia swings and misses, strike 3. So in the end, it is a strikeout. 2 outs in the 8th now for the Dust Devils. They lead 6-4, 2 in scoring position, 4 to Jesus. It was De Jesus who tied the game with his RBI single in the 7th. Made it 4-4 at the time. Tri-City has scored twice since. The pitch. Fastball inside, 1-0. It is indeed, by the way, a wild pitch charge to Ricardo Yan, allowing School to score and advancing the other runners 90 feet. The 1-0. Slider to Jesus. Sends it into shallow center. Going out is Hansel Luis, the second baseman. He's there to make the catch. And the inning is over. But the Dust Devils do get that insurance run. They get it on 2 hits. No errors. 2 men left. Tri-City has left a runner on base in every inning tonight to the tune of 12. They lead 6-4, though, as the Hops come up for their last chance in the top of the 9th, and Carlos Espinosa comes out to try to get the final 3 outs and the save. Back shortly with Dust Devils baseball. We've made it to the 9th inning at Geesa's Stadium. The Tri-City Dust Devils 6, the Hillsboro Hops 4. And Carlos Espinosa, who posted a scoreless 8th, will be asked to do the same in the 9th to finish this one out. Meanwhile, the Hillsboro Hops are going to take one more go at it, and they'll get their top 2 hitters to the plate after starting with the 9-man, Adrian Rodriguez, as the third baseman will lead things off. And then Drew Jones, the center fielder, and shortstop Christopher Tureen will follow. That run in the bottom of the 8th, huge, because it forces Hillsboro to get 2 runs in this 9th to continue the game. Great contact hitting team can usually find a way, I shouldn't say usually, but certainly can find ways to score a run. First pitch into Rodriguez. A fastball in for a strike, 0-1. He has struck out twice and grounded into a double play. Certainly working on things at the plate. The 0-1. Swinging a foul back. 0-2. Drew Jones, though, waiting on deck, has been aboard 3 times. Has scored a run. Christopher Tureen only once, but has scored the time he was on. Tri-City has scored 4 runs in their last 3 at-bats to finish the comeback and take the lead after trailing 3-0 after their first half inning. The 0-2. Rodriguez, grounder, foul, third base side. Still 0-2. And Rodriguez from Puerto Rico, Guayama in Puerto Rico, going to high school there at the International Baseball Academy. Puerto Rico has a few of those. So Puerto Rican players are drafted, as they're, of course, part of America. Americans just like us. The 0-2. Fastball high and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 8th round 2022 pick making his way here to Hillsboro to finish out the year. The 1-2. Rodriguez pop up left side of the infield. Capri Ortiz underneath it on the infield dirt. He makes the catch, round number 1. One out of the 9th. Dust Devils 6, Hops 4. The base is empty for Drew Jones. Mentioned he's been aboard 3 times. He's doubled, he has walked twice, he's stolen 2 bases as well. As Espinosa ready, first pitch. Fastball, it's in there, inner half 0-1. The 0-1 fastball, it's there again, 0-2. Jones will call time. Espinosa painting that inner half. Causing Jones some problems. As SB set the 0-2. Fastball, same spot. Carved down the right field line. Little slice foul into play. At the foot of the batting cages over there. Still 0-2. Jones really got the same pitch he saw in the first 2. Fought it off. Infield playing Jones to pull. Outfield has him the opposite way. The 0-2. And fastball inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And 3 in the first for Hillsboro. 2 in the bottom of the first for the Dust Devils. Neither team scored till the 6th. Tri-City got a run to tie the game. Mitchell Daly homer, the 1-2. That's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Hillsboro 1 in the 7th. That was Jones scoring on the RBI single by Junior Franco. And 2 runs for the Dust Devils in the 7th and 1 in the 8th. To tie and then take the lead for the first time tonight. The 2-2. Slide to low and outside. Check swing to the offer. No, says Dominic Romero, and the count full 3-2. Christopher Tureen waiting on deck. And any hop reaches. And the man at the plate is the potential tying run. The 3-2. Inside, ball 4. And Drew Jones will walk a 3rd consecutive time, reaching base 4 times tonight. So with 1 out here in the top of the 9th, and Tri-City leading 6-4, Jones aboard at first, and Christopher Tureen comes to the plate. Tureen walked and scored in the first. He is 0 for 3 otherwise. First pitch. Lined up the middle. That'll get past a diving Placencia and into center field. Jones will stop at second, and now the potential tying runs are aboard with 1 out. A soft liner that finds its way out into center. And so Luis will come up. Will be the potential go-ahead run as Peter Burns and Carlos Espinosa a brief conversation. And now Luis will stand in. And so Luis 62 RBI. Has 5 homers, 7 triples. First pitch. Fastball down the middle, 0-1. Yeah, very good speed in the persons of Jones and Tureen on base. So anything in a gap down the line, the Hops would probably try to tie the game right then and there. Espinosa steps off. Time called. Actually, it was called by Luis at the plate. Luis 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Part of the crew that put 3 on the board in the first. The 0-1. Luis grounds it foul. First base side, 0-2. A little bit of drama here in this ninth inning. After Rodriguez popped out to begin the frame, a walk and a single. And so Luis, the go-ahead run at the plate. 0-2. Low and inside, knocked down by Burns. It stays near the plate. 1-2. Junior Franco, the left fielder, on deck. So you have deft hitters at the plate, or potentially coming to the plate. As one fan mentioned, double play grounder would end this one. Luis with good speed as well, though. He'd have to hit it hard. The 1-2. Low and inside, and it gets away. Moving up are both Jones and Tureen, and they are now in scoring position. On a wild pitch by Carlos Espinosa. The infield will play back with one out, willing to trade it out for a run. The math still works in the Dust Devils' favor in that scenario. Sam Knowles in the big righty continuing to throw for the hops in case there is a bottom of the ninth. The 2-2. It's there, strike three. Got the slider to whip over the outer half. Down looking Hansel Luis, 2 outs in the ninth. Tri-City 6, Hillsboro 4. The tying runs in scoring position. Junior Franco at the plate. His RBI single gave the Hops a 4-3 lead in the 7th. That was his last time to the plate. First pitch. Fastball high, 1-0. A walk and a run scored in the first. He was put out in a great diving catch by Rio Foster just into foul ground down the left field line in the second. The 1-0. Loops in for a strike, 1-1. Off-speed pitch there from Espinosa. Drew Jones at third, Christopher Tureen at second. Any hit, and they will try to score both. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Changeup. And now the Hops are down to their last strike. Franco back in after a loop around the plate. Espinosa spinning the ball in his right hand, now back to the glove. The 1-2. Franco grounds it foul, first base side into the screen protecting the Tri-City dugout. Still a ball and 2 strikes. The Dust Devils a strike away from evening this series in a game apiece. The Hops a hit to the outfield away from tying the ball game probably. This one sitting on the razor's edge here. Once more, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Foul tipped into the glove of Burns. He hangs on, and this one's over. The Dust Devils have evened up the series via a 6-4 win over the Hillsboro Hops tonight. In the top of the ninth for Hillsboro, no runs, a hit, no errors, 2 are left. And again, this one in the books, a 6-4 victory for the Dust Devils. Tri-City moves to 30-32 in the second half, 60-68 overall. Hillsboro falls to 25-37 in the second half. They are 58-70. The series even a game apiece. Game 3 coming up tomorrow night, and a good comeback win for the Dust Devils this evening at Kisa Stadium. We will come back with the post-game show. We'll get you the final totals. We'll recap this game, look at the scoreboards, and more. As again, the final score tonight, Tri-City 6, Hillsboro 4, and the post-game show is next. The Dust Devils down the Hillsboro Hops tonight by a final score of 6-4. And this now the Dust Devils postgame show on the ones and zeros we call the airwaves here at DustDevilsBaseball.com and the MILB app. I think on Valley Sports Live you're still hearing us as well through the Birch screen. Again, however you're hearing us, glad you're here. The final totals of this one as follows. For the Dust Devils, 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, 12 runners left on base. For the Hillsboro Hops, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 9 runners left on. Keith Key is the winner for Tri-City. He goes 3 innings, gives up 1 run on 2 hits, a walk, 5 strikeouts. Key, despite giving up the tie in the 7th, the 2 runs in the 7th, turning that around with him still in the game. And Key, taking a tough luck loss this year. It's okay to grab a win the other way, too. He's 5-8 on the year. Teofilo Mendez takes the loss, his first decision for Hillsboro, just a second outing for the club in 2025. He's 0-1. And Carlos Espinosa getting the final 6 outs for his second save. This one took 3 hours and 2 minutes. And the official attendance tonight at Geisa Stadium, those paying or receiving a ticket to see it, 1,563, 1,563. And at first pitch, it was 95 degrees. There was some smoke and haze, otherwise partly cloudy. A wind out of the south-southeast at 7 miles an hour. Felt just a little, but only a little. Some smoke came in during the game, cleared out a little later. And again, Tri-City grabs a win to even the series at a game apiece. We'll take one last break. When we'll come back, we'll recap this game, look at the scoreboards, and tee up tomorrow night's Game 3 as the Dust Devils win at 6-4, and the postgame show continues right after these messages. To borrow from Bob Ross, they're happy blues tonight here at Kisa Stadium as the Tri-City Dust Devils defeat the Hillsboro Hops by a score of 6-4, evening the series at a game apiece. It did not get off to a great start for the Dust Devils, though, and unfortunately for Chris Cortez. This very likely his final outing for Tri-City in 2025, and just did not go his way. He got a strikeout to start things off, then walked 3 batters in a row, and they would all come in to score via an infield single, a fielding error, and a hit by pitch. Cortez having to throw 35 pitches to get just 2 outs, and he left trailing 3-0. He ends up getting a no decision tonight, though, so the record 3 wins and 8 losses, and it will very likely stay there in 2025. Sandy Gaston came in, got the final out of the first, and steadied things 3-0 Hillsboro before the Dust Devils could bat. Tri-City, though, would answer, and they have really had a habit of doing this year. It's only been a few games in all of 2025 where Tri-City, if they fell behind, didn't find some way to get back in the game or to hang on to an opportunity. Very quickly, they got a run back on one swing. Anthony School, a leadoff solo homer to begin the Dust Devil attack tonight. That made it a 3-1 game. Then Capri Ortiz was hit by a pitch, and he later come in on a double of the warning track by Rio Foster. That made it 3-2, and it would stay 3-2 all the way to the bottom of the 6th. And there, Mitchell Daly would lead off the inning by hitting a liner to right field just over the wall for a solo homer that tied the game at 3 apiece. That gave Chris Cortez the no decision. In the 7th, though, the Hops would get the lead back. Drew Jones drawing a leadoff walk. He would steal second. Then with 2 outs, Junior Franco delivering a clutch 2-out single for Hillsboro as he scored Jones, and that made it a 4-3 Hillsboro lead. Franco will be caught stealing second to end the inning. In the 7th, that will be where the tide would turn. Tri-City would get their leadoff man aboard via walk. Rio Foster and reaching base in 4 out of 5 opportunities tonight. A leadoff walk to begin the 7th. Adrian Placencia, a sacrifice bunt, moving him forward to second with 1 out. He would then steal third with Foster to get 90 feet away. The infield would come in, and it would be Randy DeJesus who would line a single through a drawn-in infield to tie the game 4-4.